to Victory Sports. With a nice echo to start with. Welcome to Victory Sports. It's time to press play on the 2022-23 New South Wales State Championships. We're down to the semi-finals in the pairs, and we have the women's pairs. Joining us this morning again, Warren Shipley. Welcome, Warren.
Morning, Andrew. Morning, everyone. Yes, another sensational day here at Figgy Sports Club, and the boys from the Big Sports Breakfast will be just wrapping up the show up there. They've been here since 5:30, broadcasting their sports show from Figgy. Great to see a heap of people come and join them this morning. And semi-final action in the women's pairs, where we're bringing you the game between Engadine and Port City. And for Engadine, it is Sam Ferguson and Ian Johns. And for Port City, it is Jeanice, Scheimer and Kylie Hardy. So the other game next door will be featuring Harbord and Cabramatta, and as we go through the match, we'll bring you the details of how these sides made the semi-final, which is quite interesting with a few of them, and conditions ideal again, Andrew.
Absolutely perfect. A bit foggy and cold this morning, but that's the harbinger of a beautiful day.
Yes, and I was talking to Karen Murphy about the rink yesterday, and as we mentioned in our stream yesterday morning, it was the first time that the wind had been coming from a different direction, coming from the top left of your screen, and those that were tuning in yesterday would have seen that there was plenty more grass on what we've been calling the traditional narrow side, but certainly there was a bit more grass there yesterday. Not sure what the predictions are for winds today, but we'll keep an eye on that and see if they actually get up. So both of these sides just completing their
second trial in.
Yes.
So the other semi-final in the women's pairs, Virginia Longfellow and Christine Gordon of Harbord, taking on Ellen Faulkner, MBE, and Karen Murphy, OEM. Pretty daunting task you've got through your section, and you take on the most capped Australian sports person in any sport ever.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure whether she'll be concentrating as much this morning, because she's just been interviewed by one of her idols in Laurie Daly up there, Andrew. So Karen was on the Big Sports Breakfast getting interviewed. I had to go and drag her away to get her on the green, mate. She didn't want to leave.
Oh, we've had a few fan moments up there. Billy Johnson, our media person, he's a huge Bulldogs fan. Josh Reynolds up there, bit of a fanboy moment for him. And of course, Lee, massive Raiders fan as well. Laurie Daly, another hero.
Yeah, it was good to see. They brought plenty of people, as I said earlier, brought plenty of people into the club nice and early this morning. So we're underway here in the women's state pairs semi-final.
Jeanice Scheimer to roll our first jack. Play is underway. You can tell it's early because the sun effect with the shadow is dramatic.
Yes. Here we go for coloured bowls here, Andrew. We've got not too bad by the looks of things. Might be predominantly green and predominantly blue by the looks of things, so that may help. So first bowl of the semi-final there from Scheimer. And the Engadine team, they made it to the semi, winning their section, all three games with a plus 68, where the Port City team had 2 wins and a draw. Only had a margin of 3, so that draw certainly helped them get through to win the section. So well done to them. And in the other semi-final, the Harbord side, Virginia Longfellow and Christine Gordon, they had 2 wins and a loss with a plus 11, just finishing in front of NBC Sports, who had 2 wins with a plus of 8. And Sam Ferguson with her second bowl on the first end. And in the last section, section 2, it was the Cabramatta side and the Raymond Terrace side had a bit of a shootout. They were keeping an eye on each other's game. They both went into that last game with a win and a draw, with Raymond Terrace having a 3-shot margin on difference, but it was Faulkner and Murphy winning their round 3 game 40 shots to 8 that ended up taking out the section. Although Raymond Terrace won 34 to 9, it was the Cabramatta girls finishing with a plus 48 compared to Raymond Terrace plus 44.
And that was competitive.
Yes.
That game.
Yes.
Hi everyone, Benny Tushy's here as well. I did make it. You can stop looking now. They dragged me up from behind the couch or something. It's been a interesting morning, but I missed the big brekkie too. But off doing other duties. But glad to be here with you in this beautiful morning. It's warmer today than it has been for the last little while.
Yes, up a bit earlier this morning. I noticed that. It wasn't as cold as it has been previously. So,
Much nicer on your 10k swim.
Yeah. Didn't have to break the ice with the toes, tiptoeing in, so it was pretty good.
That's what we like to hear.
So you can see with the bowls, it's the Engadine girls with the 2 tones of blue, the darker blue and the lighter blue of Ian John's bowl coming down now on her backhand, and you can see that the green bowls, the darker green and the aqua green, the Port City bowls. So it's Engadine holding a couple this first end. Yeah, and again talking to the Cabramatta girls this morning, saying that it was very mentally fatiguing with their game yesterday afternoon because they were kind of playing 2 matches. They were playing their own and keeping an eye on what was going on next door and doing the mathematics and calculating, and it was a seesawing battle too.
It was very strange what even discussing with them and saying, they're playing against an opponent that wasn't their actual opponent. It's a strange way to play the game, but the way it was excellent.
Scheimer just missing the line there, just ducking under the head.
Engadine Cougars, this game's being played on their big screen at the club. So if you're there in Engadine, get down.
Ferguson on a very good track again here. She started off very well, has Sam. Scheimer, we've got a few to rest on. She gets the line and the weight right. The line doesn't look too bad actually. How's the weight, or is it? Oh, she's played it well. Oh, unlucky there. What a super effort from Scheimer, just getting a bit of jack and turning it in to where the Engadine bowls are. Unfortunate that
little cluster, yeah.
Ian John's happy with the way the head is at the minute. Just asking Sam to a little bit wider. I'll put in a covering bowl just to the right and behind the head.
See some of our usuals online this morning. Work time. Sandra Bruce to Philip Lubke. Cody Griffin's on the line saying go Port City.
We just got a shot of Sean this morning on the roller. Had putting the cameras out, testing them. I just had to take that little recording just to show our magnificent greenkeepers in action.
Stevie Byrne watching from Dunedin. But that's amazing. I love the rollers. I think they're a great bit of kit. I'd love to be able to turn up to work sideways. Right down the road like that.
No, I feel like I've turned up sideways a few times.
Kylie Hardy here. She's going to work back off her own. Just a fraction wide, but she's put another one out in a decent area, and I think you'll see Ian Johns trying to match that bowl that you just can't see behind our ticker down the bottom. And as always, we'll keep you up to date with the other semi-finals. All the semi-finals this morning playing here at Fig Tree Sports. We've got the women's pairs as you're watching, the men's pairs, the senior women, senior men, and the reserve pairs. And when we get a few ends in, you'll see them scores start to update. So Kylie Hardy with an opportunity here, but she's pulled it a bit tight.
Yeah.
It's going to get away. So Ian Johns
Just looking to build now.
holding 3. The last bowl of N1. Chance to draw another. Will it be on the safe backhand side? Yes, it is.
We've seen Anne on this rink before, and she's an absolutely deadly draw bowler. So this should be it's either going to be really safe or really good. One of the two. It's just needs to get under that front purple now, and it has. Is it far enough?
There? I don't think so.
No, nice and safe.
But it'll be 3 to start the match.
And Nan Smith here. I just saw Paul Goddard on the line. He was telling me that he watches this. He has his phone in his bag, so he can't get in trouble, and he's but the audio playing either through the car or through his headphones.
Right.
So he just listens to us for the update. So I've just got to remember we're also not just doing this visually; we're doing this on the radio. So so maybe be a bit more descriptive, but it's good to hear, good to see the guys that are really interested in these games.
If memory serves correct, Paul was playing in the rookies with his brother some years ago.
That's absolutely right.
So, Paul, shout out to you. Are you remembered?
He's one of the Husky boys now. Was it Nowra? Now at the club, we're building a pretty good culture down there. It's going to be great. Margaret Sorby from Tuncurry. And Nan Smith in Finley, sunny 5 degrees. It's a lot warmer here, and I can tell you now, I nearly rocked up without my jumper on this morning, which would have been the first for the week. So both leads there fairly close. I wouldn't be too upset with that straight away this morning. I'm not seeing the tracks on the green that we often see in the mornings here at all yet, as the moisture hasn't really come through. The sun's on it now, and it won't take long. Peter Thornton said up at Maitland said it's absolutely freezing on his roller this morning. And Craig Shaw, speaking of cold, Jeanice, my goodness, that's the coldest place I've ever played bowls. It was great. It was a fantastic tournament they run there in August. I was speaking about it yesterday on the on air.
I think there's a few places that people could now say, well, you've never played bowls at.
Steve Byrne, 3 degrees in Dunedin. I love Dunedin. That's one of my favourite towns in New Zealand.
You're a mate who's the EO at Bowls ACT.
Oh my God, is he on?
He'd be saying, I'm not sure, but he'd be saying it gets a bit colder than that in Jindabyne.
Jindabyne, yeah. I wonder if he's there today or whether he's up in Canberra, but the weather there right now would be... Oh, no, it's 11 degrees in Jindabyne right now. I take that back. It's warm. There you go. It's the warmest place in the country. Now, bowlers, we do talk about the weather a lot. We are... And mostly it's because we play outside and the weather can affect what we do so much. So we're all very interested as sailors in my old job. Jeanice, the home of Laurie Daly. I didn't know that.
Yes. Who was here this morning with the big sports breakfast.
So you got that.
Oh, Kylie, I think she's just a tad narrow here.
Yeah, they're making a little cluster on that side, aren't they? All ahead of Jack too. So it's interesting. Bones on the line as well. G'day, Bones. But yeah, and again, crossing, not really adjusting to that wide hand and short. Isn't that interesting?
Well, I've made the point a few times already that when we start, you can see those shadows are very, very long. And they're coming down the green, so you will actually notice the difference in the appearance from end to end with our cameras. it does look a lot different. So you have to overcome the tricks of your mind for depth perception.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. Get that optical illusion is a real thing. But isn't it interesting there that sometimes bowls seem to have magnets in them, and all the bowls end up clustered in one spot, even like that, short and narrow. Every single bowl is down there, and that happens so often. So Alan Vidler, home of Laurie Daly, we got to spend a little bit of time with Laurie last night, introducing us to the big sport breakfast, and then at the Builders Club in Wollongong, where I've never been before. Oh, no mistakes there. That's better. She's got the best two now, and a toucher, still nothing back. Oh, Dunedin apparently has a new covered green. They tell me I'm going to have to have a look at that. I'll see if I can find one, because that'd be great down there. You never thought about going to Dunedin for bowls. I've always thought about heading to Palmerston North. They've got 5 clubs there. Oh, great shot there, straight through the middle and cleaning up Jack. That's better and better.
Great bowl from Jeanice. Well, we have 2 semi-finals where you probably have 2 teams that are much more highly fancied. Sam and Anne, much better known in bowl circles than Jeanice and Kylie, but Jeanice and Kylie are in the semis for a reason, and they both featured in the back end of a few championships over the last couple of years. I'm sure the bowls coordinator at Port City, Phil Baker, is watching on, chewing the fingernails down again. The most nervous bowls watcher at all, especially when Kylie's playing. And next door, the hardboard pair. You'd have to put Ellen and Karen right at the top of the tree. But Christine and Virginia Longfellow, Christine Gordon of Harbord, they're there. They can produce a good game.
Yeah.
They'll be in the running for the medals. And Kylie, she'll play her backhand. Just looking to get down underneath the side bowl, get another counter.
Well, they've gotten better. I can say that after I can't remember who delivered it actually, but I think it was Jeanice put that ball through and moved Jack through.
Yep.
Really good cluster of bowls it looks like now, but it was very, very bizarre seeing them all clustered here after the first 6 went through. Oh, heavy shot. Oh, through the gap. Oh, that's classy bowling right there, straight through. Gave it enough weight just to clatter around, and has the shot and maybe another.
Yeah, a bit of a track down there. Sorry guys, we're taking off, but I had to get a photo of Laurie Daly from my partner at home, or she wouldn't have let me back in the house, mate, if I never got that. So
did you just
give
him a hug and a kiss and say,
this
is from my wife?
I did. Lee Stinson working hard up there, just waiting for the more news cameras to come and have a bit of a chat to him about the event.
Is Tim there?
Yeah,
Tim's up there as well,
So
I'm sure Billy will be there as well. Our communications manager as well. So that's.
I think that might have been 2. We'll just get confirmation on that. A great shot from Ian Johns.
Just the one.
This one. Okay.
Well, a really good shot to claim that one through a gap that wasn't really there. Created their own gap and went through it.
Oh, they just played good weight for the stun and run.
Well, I best leave you two here for a second, go and report in as well. I haven't been up, they don't know I'm here, so commentary more important, but I'll be back shortly.
So Ferguson with her opening bowl and number 3 of this 21 fixture. Change of hands now from Sam. Going on to the 4-hand side of the green.
Probably just a choice to take the clear air.
Yeah.
Take away any chance of turning that bowl up and, well, pretty good.
Played it well.
Pretty good change. Port City through in the senior women's pairs as well. Judith Brady.
And I think Sam Ferguson might be off on a bit of a holiday, Andrew, as soon as the state championships have completed.
Could be.
Yeah. Her and husband David unavailable for the New South Wales selection.
Yeah, the name's missing from the sides to play Victoria. Will present an interesting conundrum for the selectors after that. Do they get their way back in or not? Or
yeah, it depends how the people play in the 5-test series against Victoria coming up soon.
I think there is a family wedding involved as well, so
okay,
it's not just pleasure. Pretty well down from Anne. Little touch.
Yeah, Joe, the scores will be updated on the ticker as we go around the grounds. The volunteers will wait for a few ends and then they'll start updating them every couple of ends. So you'll see them. So Engadine's certainly applying some pressure here. See what Hardy can respond. Just going to find the shot bowl and fall in for shot. That's well played. Very good shot. Looking for the high or the low 5 from partner, but left her hanging. So Johns and Ferguson having a bit of a chat about which hand. You see Sam indicating the 4-hand to fall in off her own, inside or outside. John's just having a look to see who was shot. Maybe a bit closer than we think. And you see the scores starting to be updated there down the bottom after a couple of ends. So Ferguson, any touch on the wing bowl, work off the inside of it or get the outside of it. She's a little bit tight though, going to get a roll out, but that still works. Turns the jack back to her own bowl.
Well, Anne indicated 2 shots there.
Yes, okay, made a couple.
So fantastic effort.
I'm not sure this is the right hand to play here, Andrew, but anyway, they're out there. I'm sitting watching, so Scheimer on her backhand. Maybe a little bit wide. I can see she's just trying to get around that front bowl, and yes, I can see the draw she was trying to play. I thought it might have been a better percentage to play with a little bit of weight up and turn her own bowl up onto the jack, and she does have a couple behind now. So depending on where this bowl finishes, it looks to be on a pretty good track. Is it going to get around that front one? Just didn't have the weight to do it. So you can see there now Hardy calling the shot that I was speaking of. I don't think that one's getting back. But it'll be another one in and around it. She's just going to promote the opposition's bowl back there. Sam's twin, Natalie Andrew, just been asking, is she still around? I'm sure she's still playing.
Yeah, I think so. Haven't seen that for a while.
Yeah. Right, Johns will be looking to just sneak around the back and cover them back to green bowls. And she looks to be in a pretty good area here. That is well played. That's a very good shot where it's finished. And there we go. Natalie recently won the district pairs with Beck Lord. So maybe off to the regional playoffs for the chance to qualify. And that's a very good attempted bowl from Kylie Hardy there. And so Johns will come and have a look. I think it's Engadine still holding by the looks of things. Good luck in your social games this morning at Warilla, Jimmy. No doubt conditions are ideal as well, if they're the same as they are here. It's a magnificent day again here at Figgy Sports. No games at our other two venues today, Taraji Park and Wiseman Park, Wollongong City. They're having a day off before the fours commence tomorrow morning. Johns again, just putting a bit more insurance in. That's two well-played positional bowls there from Ian Johns. And thanks, Matty, for the info. Yeah, huge couple of years, stayed over 40s is Kylie Hardy. Strengths carrying Phil Baker, yes. And I think Hardy just looking to come down on a forehand, get a roll out of a green bowl, and tap back to the jack. And she can make a couple, but weight critical here.
Yeah, the jack goes just across to the right of screen. That's her own bowl waiting.
Well, the first part looks okay. Just not sure it's going to get all the way back down. Oh, it's a very good effort. Just a fraction wide. So we'll have a measure here. From our angle, it didn't seem to be that close first shot, but obviously it is. They've brought the tape out. I'll just find out.
So while they're measuring
Well, it's 1-2. Sorry, Ben.
No, I apologise. I was looking at the wrong screen anyway. I was 9 seconds behind with the latency. But in exciting news, I've arranged for both the CEO and the President of Bowls New South Wales to come down and have a chat at some point during the day when they get free from upstairs from their duties.
Get your questions ready.
That's exactly right. Anyone expecting a hard-hitting interview? This isn't four corners. And also, I've been asked to say hi to the boys from Stewart's Point, Alan and Dale, from the Husky lads. They've got to play them in the Open Reserve, and they're really good blokes, apparently, according to one of the better blokes at Husky, Mark Hassel. And I've got a photo with Laurie Daly too.
Ah, okay, yeah. Opportunity to make new friends while you're doing battle on the greens here at the state championships.
Well, considering I only found out who Laurie Daly was this week, that's more for my brother-in-law than me.
Okay.
He's a mad Canberra fan.
All right, so Port City are on the board with a single, N3. They trail 1-4 on the fourth end. YouTube up and running too, for those interested.
Oh yeah, I'll post that link. I failed you this morning, guys. I'm catching up. I got here a bit late, and it's after running around having to do some other things. But once again, remember, don't click on any links that aren't from us. I had to kill a few of them last night. Actually, they were popping up like I don't know what's that game, whack-a-mole, and all over the place. So any link that's not us, don't click on it unless you trust that person, of course, and don't provide anyone any credit card details. We won't ask for it, and it's not going to do you any favours to hand that over, I can assure you. Lots of scammers out there.
Very good bowl, Sam Ferguson. Certainly hit the ground running this morning. Found line and length very quickly. As we said, the other semi-final going on next door between Harbord and Cabramatta. You can see in the background there, it looks like Cabra's got a 8-1 lead after 3 ends. So a couple of multiples being scored next door as well. Morning, Phil. Hope it's as nice a day at Port Macquarie as it is here at Victory Sports.
Absolute heaven here today out there. It's paradise. Can't believe there's people turning up in jackets in the background I'm seeing there. It's gorgeous in the sun.
Ball there from Johns as well. I'm not sure who's shot though. It's pretty close now. Kylie just missing the line underneath. Yeah, great weight for the job. Johns with a touch of the jack here, but it's going to kick out.
Yeah, playing some pretty tight heads here now. We watched just before I left, one of the more interesting things we're talking about, sometimes how bowlers have magnets on them and they all seem to cluster in one spot. And they really did, but then the next round after they crossed came closer and closer and closer, and it was amazing. So both teams here really dialing it in early.
Might have to change the batteries in the magnets in my bowls, Ben, because they don't seem to be working that real good at the moment.
Maybe it's because you think magnets run on batteries. Or some do, yeah.
Jeanice. Oh, that's well played bowl. That'll be a couple to Port City.
Well, Mackenzie, I'm assuming that's a typo. Yep. Hi, thanks for from Ballina. Be nice up there too, I reckon. Oh, she's not happy with this bowl. Oh no, she's calling it back in.
Yeah,
she gave up on it, but here it comes.
I'm just going to sneak through. Very good bowl out. See, Ferguson, as I said earlier, has grabbed the line and the length, got the pace of the green very quickly. It's ended up in a very good position. Well, just unfortunate there from Jeanice. Just square cutting the jack to give the shot away.
Yeah.
So forehand draw. You see Ian John's indicating just under the jack. Feel a bit of a hole. Is she going to get... No, she's going to sneak around the bowl. I think that was her own that she turned up. It's hard to tell the colours when we're looking into the sun, but I think they're all blue. near the jack. I'm not 100% sure.
Trying to squint at this screen.
Yeah, we might be able to get a side-on shot from our camera to see what colour they are. Well...
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Well done, Andrew Lint.
Yeah, well, a couple of them are blue.
Oh, the lady's just standing in front of the bar head there. I was wondering what you were pointing at. We'll have to go out and have a word.
Contact on the bowl. That was her own. She promoted.
Nope, Andrew's up. He's
sent the bouncer out, Benny.
Careful. So Radhika Prasad from Fiji. Bula Vanaka, in fact. Glad you're here. Good to see you.
Watch, get ready to see the head swing around when she gets told to move out the way. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, thanks, Rex. We've just been up to have a chat. I always like it when people ask in the comments whether the lady could move aside. I don't think they're watching. Be good fun to put the comments on a big screen behind them and have them read them at the same time. Oh, close. Everyone's got their weight pretty well here. Jack's bounced around a little. They're very busy. Match committee member Warren Shipley just ducks off to take a phone call. We're here watching the tactics, watching a very tactical head actually. This one. Where's this going to land? I think, well, pretty close to Jack there. Looking at that picture-in-picture, that was a very close call, and that'll be one, I think, to Engadine, unless you saw something different there. Andrew, she called one early. Yep, one it is. And we come back the other way. The Engadine ladies putting the... Sam just putting the mat right back. Playing quite short by the looks. That's pretty good. Or maybe it's still running, actually, about 3/4 length in that case. Backhand start down what had been most of the week the narrower side, but seems to have over the last couple of days really picked up some turn, which is great. But that's fantastic start there for Sam Ferguson. It's Karen Murphy standing there in the background, looking very intense into the sun. Looks like the scores are starting to get updated around the grounds at the moment. Of course, games being played at Taraji Park Bowls and Recreation Club. It'll be beautiful there this morning, next to the ocean. Sorry. Oh, not today. They're not being played today. That's right. Semi-finals are all here. I didn't even think. Of course. See, that's how confused I am. So that's it. They have been hosting, and it'll still be beautiful out there. The guys hopefully playing socials or something. And Wiseman Park, Wollongong City Bowling Club. Brilliant venues, but we're here at Fig Tree Sports for all the semi-finals. Therefore, they're busy volunteers running around updating everything. So good lead bowls there by the everyone. The last one there from Jeanice just hanging out a little bit, but her first one's in a really good spot. Mary Ingram from Fife in Scotland. Once again, all the good bowls tragics are on, and I love it. I'm here for it. I'd be the exact same thing if I wasn't here sitting talking to you about bowls. I'd be sitting at home listening to someone else talk about them. Anne's first bowl, just running through that little gap and sitting right behind Jack. That's a brilliant shot. Probably wasn't playing for that. It looked like maybe just to roll her teammate in a little, but that worked out perfectly. And Kylie looks a little heavy on that hand. Yeah, ended up in a good spot. Great line. As you'd expect, once again, we're getting some really, really tight heads. Around the back, same bowl. She's got a good memory. Which probably means 4 shots at this point. A bit of work to do here by Kylie. The first one wasn't too bad. I'd be surprised if you change it over. Just correcting that, I was about to mention that it looks like if she bowls that one, it's going to be a wrong bias. We don't want that. But turned it over in her hand. Yeah, this is a good shot. Great play. Big, important bowl. Just sitting there in the head. Even if it gets moved later on, it actually means that Engadine's got to try to move it, and that's fantastic. Norm Father's watching from Gosford. Good to see you, Norm. Glad you're here. Scores kicking around. I'm just jumping on that spreadsheet myself to have a look. So Gary Kelly from Warilla's kicked away to 10-1 after 4 ends over the men from Austral. That's a big score. Yeah. And Cole Healy's currently being beaten as well at the moment by Bernie Melville from Alexander Erskineville. 5-1 after 4 ends so far. Not a huge margin, but it's in the right direction for Bernie Melville, who's just come from the runner-up in the senior men's as well. Singles, sorry. Pretty nifty bowler. He uses a stick too, I think, doesn't he? An arm? Or is it a walking stick he has?
Yes, he's got a balancing stick, so he doesn't use his leg, as we've noticed with most of the players.
Aidan Slattery watching from Edlong Bowling Club. Hopefully they've got it on the big screen for you there, mate, and you're not just watching on your phone.
Well, that's another Engadine bowl that's been turned into the head. A lot clearer for us coming in this direction. Whose bowls are hill? You can certainly tell the difference between the blue and the green.
Oh,
there's a few Engadine bowls in and around it. Certainly.
Liz Paulson's watching for Gundagai. I've just noticed that Chanel Chakuchi's watching as well. I'm not sure where she is at the moment, but she just signed up with St John's, and love to have her down here in the commentary. She was very good at the juniors. Who was there? Dawny Heyman. And check the wide one out, just covering that side. That's smart bowling. There's no way to draw a shot in there at all, and all risk for Engadine if she'd managed to touch the head. But here comes the heavy shot.
It's going to get away.
Ducked under.
She's not happy with that either. So, one more bullet left for both the players on end 5. And
I think they're calling Sam's just saying, come put it out here, Ann, or drop in there. But you know the next shot's going to be heavy.
Yes, well, Port City do have a few behind the jack, as you can see. The green bowls are all Port Cities, but Ann might open up a few different angles here now. So, opportunity here. She's going to come and have a look, but on the backhand, with a fair bit of weight, if she can get between the gap, she can work off that bowl that's just been moved in there now and get back to the shot bowl, get the jack out. Eric Ryan's jumped on. Morning, Eric. May still well be on a high from winning the Australian Open Senior Pairs. Ryan Fiona from Mudgery Bar.
One of my favourite people just popped on the line as well, Carmen Plaza.
Carmen?
And I love her because she makes good desserts. Not because of that, but she does.
Wider this time. She was looking for that hole.
Tried to correct from her last one and probably threw it a bit harder.
Yeah, and how many is this going to be? What shot is the green bowl at the back? So we're going to take out 2. And we've got the fingers on for the third shot. We'll see if Sam decides to measure. Oh, it is 3. So Engadine go to an 8-1 lead. As we said, the other semi in the women's event being played on the rink next door, rink 23, Harbord versus Cabramatta.
Looks like 8-3 at the moment. I'd say, is that what you can see there? Yep. As the scores go round, so not a blowout yet, but these are long games, very long games.
Yes, well, Andrew, as we know, nearly put the kiss of death on Cabramatta yesterday. So you won't be saying too much, Ben, I don't think, as we get closer to the end of this match. Helen tuning in to watch Port City side from Port Macquarie. Oh, it's a very good opening bowl. Scheimer, well played, Jeanice.
Stay there. I've got to do some stuff.
So a couple of great bowls there for Port City. Certainly need them at this early stage with Engadine leading 8-1. A couple of multiples, a 3 on the first and a 3 on the fifth end. As we said, you can see the score on the board next door there, the Harbord and Cabramatta, 8-3 after 5. The hard-working Lee Stinson, I think, was in the background there too. Oh, no, I don't think it is Lee. Oh, it might be Lee. Oh, it's a very good effort. Yes, yeah, it's Lee with Billy Johnson. Waiting for the camera crew.
Just wonder when Lee gets older, which hair turns silver.
Oh, I'm not going there, Andrew. Well, it's up to the players how they determine the shots. If both agree, if they use their fingers and they both agree that that's the result, then that is the result. They do have measures, of course, but a lot of players tend to use their fingers to get an idea. Some of them are very accurate as well. Not me. I certainly don't.
Not one I'll choose to do.
So Kylie Hardy just failing with a little bit of weight there, but it's still Port City holding 1. Just might get a side angle, Andrew, just to confirm that. I'm pretty sure it's only the one though. The shot just to the right of Jack is a blue bowl of Ian Johns. Okay, can't see. Right, okay. Oh, yes, well, it is a blue bar, yep, so that is Ian Johns, so looks like it's one green. So Ferguson looking for that hole down on the backhand. Must be on a pretty fair track too if she can navigate around the front. It's just going to duck. That's her own bowl she's turning up. So still 1 to Port City. Jeanice Scheimer be looking for the same gap just to draw the shot. So she's just not going to get there with the weight, unfortunately. She's on a pretty good line. Might have blocked the way now for the Engadine side. We might see a bit more, well, it's a change of hands with a little bit more weight up through to promote her own bowl. So she'll be looking to play up through the head in the area as well. Going to get some kind of result here. Oh, well, it was a bad one, the result. Little bit of misfortune there for the Engadine side. May well be a few now to Port City. I think the bowl to the right of the jack. It looks like it's the other toucher of Jeanice Scheimer's. Not going to get around the front with this one, just hasn't got the weight. So I believe it's 2 shots to Port City. Just the glare of the bowl making it a little difficult. Yeah. Yep, looks like it. Looks like that's a green Port City bowl. So we'll say it's 2. Sure, they'll let us know at the end. John's on the attack. She's just going to peel off her own as well. It's promoted one, so that was her own bowl coming forward. Just a little bit unlucky to get the edge of it. She's on a very, very good effort. Yeah, we'll sneak past it and pluck the bowl out. So we'll see what Kylie Hardy, whether she can add to the count here. Oh, she's going around the back by the looks of things, yeah, looking for cover. There are a few bowls back there, which we just can't see in the bottom of our screen now. So Johns with her last bowl on end 6. Down on the head. See what she can do.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're on the stream here and watching that. Watching the great bowls, it is my absolute great pleasure to introduce the esteemed president of Bowls New South Wales.
Hi guys, how are you? Hello everyone.
So we here at Victory Sports, and you've been as busy as anything, even this morning with the big breakfast. Were you happy with how that went?
Oh yeah, it was absolutely fantastic to have those guys come in. Some of the guys have been there since 4 o'clock this morning, setting up, and it was great to see so many people coming into the club and having a look at them and listening to what they had to say. Great interview with one of our best bowlers, Karen. Great ambassador for our sport. It was lovely to see, and we liked their support and worked with them and the TAB, of course, our sponsors. Yep. It was great.
That's right, TAB, and we've had the Paul, the boss here, the general manager of Figgy Sports, was in there, and Tim had a good chat. It was all really good to see.
Yeah. Paul's been fantastic, and everybody at Fig Tree's been brilliant. All the volunteers, all the staff have been really accommodating, and I think it was appreciated by the sports team this morning as well.
Yeah, agreed. So we're here to talk about the hot button thing that we're starting to plug quite a bit at the moment, is the member conference coming up. Yes. Between the 8th and the 10th of November, so save those dates.
It will be really exciting. We've been working hard. We've been promising a face-to-face member conference for a while now. We had our member conference back March as webinars, but now it's time to go face-to-face. We're having it over 3 days. We're going to link it with our awards night. So if you've got special volunteers in your clubs that you think are worthy of awards, then please make sure you let us know about that. There'll be information coming shortly, so look out for that. So the awards night will be on the Wednesday night, the 8th. We'll have something for everyone at the member conference. If you're an umpire, a coach, a selector, you want to be one of those things. If you want experience with a bowling arm, for example, all those little things. We're going to have greenkeepers here talking about the greens, governance issues, a whole range of things. I can guarantee there'll be something for everybody.
Yep.
And on that, after that, there'll also be a bit of a trade show and the AGM as well. So there'll be something for everyone, and I hope everyone will really come on board to get to meet everybody, just like they're meeting everybody here today.
Exactly right. Bowls is a great community. I'm going to pin a link here for the save the date from the Bowls New South Wales website. Once again, don't click on anything that doesn't come from us. In there is a expression of interest form for member conference presenter. If you feel you've got something to share with the Bowls community, let us know, because as we said, we're doing something for everyone at this event, and we need speakers, and that'd be great. The AGM will be then, and the awards night as well, as you said, the Wednesday night. Mm-hmm. It's going to be a big festival at that point, just for everyone to come and have a look at Cabrevale Diggers, that brilliant club in the middle of the city there, just in the west. It's big enough to hold us all.
Yes, they're making big changes at the club. They've recently changed their greens from one side of the area to the other side. They're building a motel to go along with it, so it's going to be a great facility. Indoors, they've got a fantastic facility too. And as part of the conference offerings, we're working with hotels, so that if you need accommodation, there'll be links to that too, so that you can get cheaper accommodation if you're attending the conference. So we're really excited about it. It'll be a really, really good event.
Yeah, lots to see and lots to do. I'm really excited. And coming up next, we've events as well. So we're a busy period here for Bowls New South Wales and all of our staff, and for you, Dillis. You get out there and help us with everything. You're really good supporters of us too in the commentary team. Thank you for that. But we've got the test between, actually Andrew might be able to help me out here, New South Wales and Victoria at Warilla. Yep, thumbs up from Andrew. That's coming up.
That'll be exciting, because there's basically two tests there, the Opens and the Seniors, followed one following the other. That's from the 5th to the 8th of August. So if you like this area, and it's been absolutely fantastic, and you want to come down again, it'll be a great opportunity to come and watch the test at Warilla, having a look at the changes they're making at Warilla too. They've got some great facilities down there, so you'll be able to avail yourself of those. Yeah,
I love Warilla Bowling Club. It's one of my favourites, and one of my fairly local big club. And good players play out of there, including Lee Stinson.
Yes, that's right.
And a couple other blokes as well, but Lee Stinson will do for now.
Yeah, that's really good. So I'm looking forward to that. And then, of course, after that, a week or so after, we've got the 007-side juniors playing. I think it's the 18th to the 20th of August, is it?
Yep, those 3 days we'll be up there bringing those live streams to you from Dubbo, and that's something I'm really looking forward to. I love working with the juniors. It's such a good crew and a good bunch of people up there, so it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah. So there's lots on, and there's even more than that. But again, if you want to get some information about what's happening in Bowls New South Wales that's relevant to you, then don't forget to come to the member conference. We'd really love to see you there.
Yeah. Now we've got a couple more minutes before you've got to duck away to your next meeting. Something you're a bit of an enigma to some people online, to people watching here. We do have a good numbers again joining us here just on the Facebook stream and everything. I'm not going to ask for questions. Ray Black just saying great accommodation at Warilla too. Absolutely, Ray.
It certainly is. It certainly is.
So you play for NBC Sports.
Yes, that's right. We were well represented in these state championships, actually. We were represented in the women's singles, pairs, triples, and fours.
That's right, and absolutely, and you've had a big hand in some of these people. But I know that you play in the open pennants in the sixes, and you had an 11-year-old lead. Is that right?
That's right. Young Luke, he was our lead. I was second. And we had Denise, who was a fantastic third, and I have to give a shout out to Denise because she's been here every day of these state championships, watching and cheering everyone on. Hi, Denise. And we've got then we had Fatten, who's I hope you won't mind saying about 80.
About 80, yeah.
And as a skip, what a range! And it was a great experience for all of us to work together.
Exactly.
And we really gelled together. That was in the 60s. That was great. We really enjoyed it. And it's because Luke and his brother Ryan play bowls, Julie decided just on 2 years ago that she'd have a go. Julie's their mother. And Julie is now featuring as a lead in the pairs the other day, and she'll be in the fours again in a couple of days' time. So good on you, Julie.
Yeah, well done, Julie. Great. That's Julie Kennedy. Well done. She's showing up here as a new bowler and has made it to the state championships very quickly. It's
that's wonderful.
So Maylene Reynolds finished second in her section. Is that right?
Yeah, Angela Platt and Maylene Reynolds. Just a little bit unfortunate not to make it through into the semi-finals of these events that we're watching now. They only missed out by 3 shots. Phyllis. So they had 2 wins in their section, but just missed out with a margin, just 3 under.
They've been playing really well. And now can I just talk about the fours as well, because as well as Julie, I coached their second, who has been playing for less than a year.
Yeah, wow.
And she is absolutely phenomenal player, and she's got a very, very good future ahead of her.
Huge if she's state championships within, I think you told me, within 10 months.
Yes, that's right.
Magnificent performance, that one.
Yeah, so she's doing really well. Kathy Weir is her name. So shout out to Kathy. I'm sure she'll be following everything on live stream too. Yeah, so we've been doing really well. I have to mention the NBC boys, the pairs. They've done really well. And, of course, in the mixed pairs too, Angie is playing with Brett Hughes, who everyone knows and loves. Hi, Brett.
On your Cyril. I hope you're watching, mate. He's a busy boy at the moment, but he's a good man, one of my good friends.
Yeah.
Lovely bloke.
So I'm looking forward to watching those, and I'm sorry if I've missed anybody out, because I know I have.
No, you've done really well, Dillis. Thank you so much for joining us. You do have a meeting at 10 o'clock. Yep. Mate, that 10 minutes, you've done really well. Thank you so much, and hopefully we get to do this again, maybe in Dubbo.
Thanks, team. Thanks to everybody who's supporting this event. It's been really great to have more partnerships, and we'll be increasing that as well. I hope everybody tunes in and enjoys the bowls, whether you're on the green or watching.
Thank you, Dillis, and enjoy the rest of the tournament and the carnival, and we'll have your offsider with the CEO Tim with us at some point. And once again, thanks, Dillis, for taking the time to come down.
So, while we were watching there in the background, we had a couple of singles scored, one each to each team. So it's now Engadine after 7 ends. They lead 9-2. You can see the cameraman in the background from the local news there getting a few action shots.
We should jump up and get our heads in.
Yeah. So you can see next door, Harboard just hanging in there. 9-5.
I don't think they do freaks on the news anymore, Ben. So keep the head down.
There's no,
thank you.
There's no, they don't have a circus set or anything like that.
I do look good on
there.
I do look good on a tiny bicycle. There's Lee Stints in the background there too, and Tash, who we've roped in despite not making it through.
Okay, Tash turned up to get interviewed
get
as
the
well.
interview.
Nice, yeah, very good.
And Billy is there too, our comms manager.
You mentioned too about Karen Murphy being interviewed this morning on the Big Sports Breakfast. If you get the opportunity later on, viewers, to jump on their website and listen to the podcast, a fantastic interview, and see Karen, as I said, was in her element next to one of her idols, Laurie Daly. So yeah, they had a few laughs together, so certainly worth a listen.
Andrew and I were lucky enough to head out to the Builders Club last night for a chat with the sponsors, and on the wall there's Karen Murphy's face.
Okay, yeah.
On there, and next to
the Illawarra Legends Bar.
it was a surprise to us who used to bowlers getting ignored a little bit, but yeah, just on the wall. Oops, I'm just showing a photo there. So pretty amazing stuff. You have a Shoalhaven Heads local, I guess. I guess they claim it for the Illawarra instead of the Shoalhaven, but brilliant. We're starting to see those tracks on the grass again now as the bowls come down. That's the moisture coming out, as Matty Miles was and we were discussing the other day.
Yes, I noticed when we got here early this morning, greenkeepers were out there with the big broom, brooming the dew off the greens before the rollers went on.
Roman Black just pointing out that 9 News Illawarra had Tim Rowe's segment on the Facebook page. For anyone who missed it, I'm going to find the link and put it in there. Once again, I posted a couple of links to the members' conference. If you see any other links that aren't coming from us, unless you trust that person implicitly, don't click on it. It's not us, and people will try to steal your information, clone your account, which happens to a lot of people. They say, I've been hacked, don't accept friend requests. No, it's just people cloning you. Don't let them in.
So Port holding here. The Leeds crossing over to play in the third position. Yeah, I happened to catch that little bit on the news. Was it last night or the night before?
Last night, yeah.
Yeah, so.
It's the lead article at the moment, actually, top of the pops.
Looks like the great Karen Murphy sending one down too. Been on that.
Was.
Site. Yeah.
And there's, yeah. We're just watching it now without the sound on. Tim talking about bowls. He's got some good vision for our game, Mr. Rowe. I don't call him that.
Sir, isn't it? Is that what you
Captain Sir.
Captain.
So, posting another link now just to that news article from the Illawarra if you'd like to have a look.
Great shot. Well done, Jeanice. Magnificent shot there. So, a couple to Port now at least.
You know what else I'm going to do? I'm going to get that lifter and move it as well, I think. Excuse me a sec.
So Ferguson on a very good track here. She's going to get the split, grab the jack and follow through. Magnificent shot. Certainly been playing well this morning, has Sam Ferguson. So that's Benny out, giving us a bit of a wave there before moving the lifter. So it's 1-2 Engadine at the moment. I see Kylie just indicating where she would like this bowl to finish. That one looks a little bit tight from my liking. Not enough weight as well by the looks of things. It's just going to get away. So the skips will go to the other end to play their last bowls on end 8 with Engadine leading 9-2. Nice to wave to our viewers, Ben, when you're out there.
Of course, I'm going to show my face and might as well let everyone know I'm there. Everyone will notice my hair's a normal colour this week. We'll have to change that before we get to the Test Series. A nice light New South Wales blue. What do you reckon, Andrew?
Oh, I think you should do the same colour that Funky Miller did in the Test match. Ooh. To make Courtney Walsh dissolve into
the fluoro.
Tears of laughter, the fluoro blue.
So this is Ian Johns. for Engadine. Looking to draw another. She's looking to come down through the hole. Bowl should appear shortly. Just a little bit tight. Well, she had pretty good weight for the job. See Scheimer just indicating. I'm not sure whether that one's wide enough. Well, I am sure, and it's not. So it's going to duck away. So still an opportunity. She can play this bowl with a little bit more confidence. Her own bowls are coming up. She can sneak around, work off the wider Port City bowl and get back to that bowl behind the jack. But she's looking to see if she can get down to that bowl. Well, she has. Oh, she may have turned it in for shot. If it falls in, it will be shot. Oh, well, that's very unlucky. So Port City are going to score here. And it'll be a single.
Single it is.
To them. So they trail 3-9 on end 9.
Oops.
Probably just a couple of metres short of a full length. Yeah, for the Port City ladies. You can see the scores rolling around there. The Cabramatta team, Carl Hurley, have bounced back against Bernie Melville to hit the front.
Oh, wow. Great start. The full length is nearly full length is a good idea. The Engadine ladies were playing a little bit shorter than that.
It is when you plonk them on like that, Ben. It's a very good idea.
Well, you get just justifies your decision.
Yes, it certainly does. But this lady here has been playing exceptional as well this morning. That's a good reply.
Yeah, wow. Everything but shot there, in fact. That's brilliant start by the leads. It's good to see Dan Hiscox there from Bomaderry on the viewer on the live stream as well. I'd like to see Bomaderry have this on their big screen down there. It's a brilliant club, Bomaderry Bowling Club, and Dan Hiscox, one of the best in the business as well.
How'd we go with them helicopters yesterday, mate? Did we get to fly over? No,
So,
I missed it.
no,
What happened?
Operational
Navigational error.
No, it wasn't navigation.
right.
No, it was a operational priorities change. So they.
Okay.
So I was stood out there for a good 15, 20 minutes waiting for them actually, but that's okay. They got flybys are good fun, but when they've got duty calls, they've got to take off.
So, a very good bowl for a change of hands from Ferguson. You see a replay there. Just needed to fall in for shot, but still open things up a bit. So I would imagine it'll be Port City coming down on the backhand, just looking to get a touch on their own.
That's really good bowling by the leads there, and in particular Sam just jumping through. No worries, I've just been called out. I'll be back shortly.
Well, interestingly, Kylie deciding to play the forehand, trying to beat Engadine to it, I suppose. So they must be holding. So she's just trying to draw to sit the jack-eye bowl. John's a little bit wide. You can see there, indicating. Might be safer on the other hand, but this one looks a little bit tight. It might get right under to turn her own bowl in a little bit closer. Oh, just missing it, but in and around it. So, and Johns.
It's a very tighter line.
Yeah, she may have contact on the shot bowl. What angle has she got it? Well, she got it onto the jack, so it'll be 2 to Port City at present.
Just a fraction on the tight side there. You got it on the other side, probably would have pushed it through and stayed for 2 or 3 itself.
Yeah, just missed the line a touch.
Might have made it a little easier shot for them though. They've now got 2 jack high bowls to contend with. Their own on the way in on the forehand. I think that's if nothing changes, I think Sam will play in on that forehand side through her own bowl. 1 or 2 rolls on it, or come in and sit anything else. But for Port City, they can change all that. Little toucher.
Yeah, well, they're first to play, so we're going to see a changing of the head. That line looks to be pretty good, but it hasn't got the weight to get there. So that might force Ferguson to the other side.
Yep.
Or will it? No, she's going to remain on the forehand, looking to work in off her wing bowl. And she's done just that. Oh, just great effort from Ferguson. Even if she hasn't got shot, she's played that very well, set up the head very well for Engadine. But here's Port City, going to grab the jack and trail it all the way through. Good shot from Scheimer there. Grabbed the jack, trailed it, stayed with it. Right on the money. And there's another bowl of Port City's back, and looks though Ferguson has just missed the line here. She might get a straightener. Oh, well, got a little touch, but not enough to send it around. So it'll be 2 to Port City as the skipper's cross. You'll see a replay of this bowl again that grabbed the jack. They were possibly holding, but it's ended up a pretty good bowl. A little bit tougher to get to. We'll see what Kylie Hardy can produce.
Just a little under the line as well, I think.
It's going to sneak through, though, for another counter. Missed everything. But there is a track there. The widest bowl is an Engadine bowl as well, so Johns can promote that, work off it, draw around it even to get back somewhere near the jack. Just a fraction wide and a little quick. As you can see, there's plenty of grass out there though. But had the right weight, it would have been shot around that front bowl. So Hardy with her last bowl. End 9. They trail by 6, but they hold a couple here. 3 in fact. Johns, with her last bowl, a few down. She looks like she's going to peel off the front and just run through. So it's going to be a 3 by the looks of things. 3 it is to Port City. And we welcome back in the commentary from yesterday, Jessica Tell. Hi Jess, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Fantastic, thank you.
That's good.
Conditions ideal again out there?
Oh, it's so lovely out there. I've just been sunbaking, so no, it's a very nice day. No breeze either, so it's great.
Sunbaking. Okay.
Get him a tan on.
Very good. And looking forward to the test series coming up shortly, no doubt.
I am. I'm really looking forward to that. Five test series, so that's good. Looking forward to ripping in, so.
Did you get a gig in the UBC as well, or?
No, I didn't even put my name down for UBC. There's just too much on in the bowls calendar. There's no time.
No, you're right there. They straight into it as soon as the test series finished.
Yeah, straight after.
Yeah.
I'll be handy for some of the players. They'll already be there, so
Yeah.
works for them.
So Port City with a 3 on that last end. Only deficit only 3 now. Get themselves back into this match after trailing 9-2.
Actually, both the women's semi-final are quite close games.
Yeah, we can see when we got a shot of the girls on the mat, we can see the other score in the background behind where the mighty Lee Stinson was just a minute ago getting interviewed on the TV.
On the TV.
So no doubt a soft spot for the Cabramatta girls out there playing.
Oh,
Yes?
definitely. I mean, of course.
Yeah.
So, and then we've got the Cabra boys over in their semi-final as well. So, yeah, I've sort of been watching in between this morning. I'm keeping an eye on everyone.
Yeah, they were behind early, but we see as our scores roll around, look as though they've pegged that deficit back, and as you can see there, they're leading 7-5 at present.
Yes. They were 4 or 5 down a minute ago when Bo got Bear Jack and killed it, so that was quite handy.
So how's the super coach playing this morning?
He's playing really well, actually. I feel like the minute I leave, though, he'll skyrocket, I reckon. The green just looks like it's running so nice out there, though, so probably lovely conditions to play some nice lawn bowls.
We can just see that score behind you were talking about before. It's Cabramatta leading 11-6
Yep.
in the other semi. Obviously, the winner of these 2 games will meet this afternoon in the final. We'll have men's final action for you for your viewing this afternoon.
No matter what, I think it'll be 2 great finals.
Without a doubt, yeah. And Bo playing with Carl, very underrated bowler, I think. Jess, he's just
Bo?
yes, yeah. Carl grabs him for most events.
He does. He's a solid bowler. I mean, I played with him in the National Development Series a couple of weeks ago for Team Blue, and we actually won the triples, and he was amazing to play with. He was our skip, and he was great. Played some really big shots when we needed him, and yeah, played solid the whole way through, so it was excellent to have a game with him. We've got Port City holding 2 here, is it?
Yeah, it's hard to tell when they're coming this way.
The sun.
Yeah, the teams are using. We try and get Andrew to get a shot from the side where we can see the colours a bit better. But the Port City team have got the green bowls, so it looks as though it is. Yeah,
Yep.
no.
Oh,
What?
1, holding 1. Does that say No, 2.
2 it is. Thought that was Cougars
Trying
there
to
for a
read the
minute.
stickers.
Yeah. Thought that said Cougars, but it's the back half of the Macquarie part. So yeah, yeah, and he's holding a couple.
Jeanice just going to catch the shorter bowl there. It was one of her own that she's tipped over. I don't think it's brought another one in at this stage.
Sam just probably trying to sit a bowl. I think that's hers in the front there, so...
Oh, I think that one's been brought in now.
Yeah. She's really been playing well since the start of this game as well. That's probably her loosest bowl to date, I would think.
Yeah, wow.
Probably just a bit tight on that line. The weight probably pretty good, as Jess said. The 2 bowls on the right of screen there just to flop on and come in off.
Yeah, that is a swooping hand, so got to take a fair bit out there. We'll see this one come back.
Oh,
Turned her own
in.
Finished in a handy spot too.
Probably made it a lot better for Port City.
And we'll see what Sam's corrections like here. It looks to be a better track.
Definitely well out.
Got those bowls to sit on, just needs to hold the line. Well, got the feather. Come to a handy spot.
Yeah, that's her closest, so cut a few out there by the looks of things.
And saying 1 down, I believe, so...
We might see Anne just play a little more weight than Sam did if nothing changes. Nothing dramatic, maybe drawing back to the next bowl back behind Sam's last.
Yeah, I mean, I think she could play something similar with a little more confidence, sit the bowl, she can get a piece of the jack. She has got that one in the front coming up.
Just a slightly attacking line through that head. Any contact is good. There's Kylie. Turn her own up or sit Sam's last bowl. She's not going to have the weight to do that.
It's running.
She's going to just almost draw another.
So Ian Johns, a couple of chances here. Sit the shot bowl, trail the jack back to Ferguson's bowl, just sitting behind it. Nothing for short here, that's for sure. Might be a little bit high with the weight here. Kylie Hardy can play this with a bit of confidence as well. It's her own bowls coming up.
Yeah, really anything on her own.
Any contact on those two or just around.
Looks all right.
Going to make contact.
Well, it's probably ideal, tipping the Engadine bowl out as well.
Might have brought some more in.
Yeah, see Ferguson just having a look to see. You can't see the indication there, but certainly a few down.
I think it's the same shot though, that backhand side just reaching. You're a little tight, you get your own up. You've got a couple to sit on wide.
She looks a little high for the weight.
Yeah, she is again. So Port City are going to score again. That's 3 ends in a row. I've taken one out. Take two, and then they'll have a look.
Looks like 3 from here.
How do you go with the finger measuring, Jess?
I'm very accurate, because I've got nails. So
okay, that helps.
They're like my little pointers. Actually, back when I used to play pennant with Linny, she used to get me in the head and and do it, and I was the second or the lead. So
okay, so they really trusted you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm very rarely wrong. So
All right. Okay, there you go, viewers. Grow your nails.
certainly helps.
So that was a 3. So we're all square.
On a bit of a roll.
Yeah. 7 shots in 3 ends to Port City. They had that change of length there. They've been throwing about 2 to 3 metres short of a full length. This one's probably a little bit shorter than that. We'll see what Jeanice can produce with her first on end 11.
I think it's interesting with the Port City girls rolling that length because Anne's quite an attacking player. So if you put the jack on the tee, it gives her the opportunity to just run a jack into the ditch. So taking that shot away from her and giving the Port City girls some more room if that does happen is probably their tactic there.
Yes, okay. We've had a few of the players too that have been playing on this rink earlier in the week was saying it's a little bit more tricky around the tee area as well, with all the wear and tear that area's been getting. He said the bowls tend to speed up a little bit when they get to the tee area.
100%. I can back that up.
Okay, fair enough.
You really got to put your bowl out there because it's going to hoop back and it's going to just keep going through. So.
All right, she didn't like that one. Missed the line there. It's going to get away on her.
Well, that's two pretty good bowls by Sam there.
Yeah, good lead bowls. He certainly has played well this game, has Ferguson.
I think she would have liked that last one just a little more past or on the line so it doesn't give Port City anything to sit and stay on, but still two pretty good bowls. Wow.
Ferguson indicating that Engadine still hold one.
Well, it's definitely better.
Yeah, that'll be two.
Definitely better for Engadine. Nothing to sit on, only turn up for Port City.
Jess, it's been a few days now. Has it sunk right in that you are the New South Wales women's singles champion?
Oh, look, I think it's beginning to sink in. I was still on cloud nine for quite a while. Yeah, it was quite a rush. So, I mean, here at the Bowls Club, it still feels I'm sort of in that that zone. I'm only watching this time, but I think when I head home and have a little bit of a break, then it'll finally sink in. So, but yeah, great feeling. Couldn't be happier, really.
Okay, so you do get a break.
One day I get one day.
Okay.
I get one day tomorrow, and then back playing club triples on Saturday.
Oh, righto.
And then off to the Gold Coast on the Sunday to see my son. So no breaks for me.
Okay. There's a replay of the bowl from Hardy previously.
She was unlucky to get nothing, really,
Yeah.
just straight through the gap, but still, good second, so...
Well, they probably need another in and around it. They are a little bit vulnerable at the moment with just the one bowl in there. contact on something here.
Well, makes it a little easier having that bowl out of the way. Quite risky though. Could have chipped her own out clean as a whistle.
Could have too, and Sam will be looking a little trail of the jack or to land that bowl at the back. She might be just a fraction high, going to make contact on the opposition's bowl.
I've got 2 in there now. It's a dangerous looking 4 out the side there for Engadine.
Yeah. Might be in a little bit danger of squirting that jack out that way as well. Oh, well.
Wow.
Got away with it.
Engadine's still holding 2, yeah, and just calling to cover. I think that's the smart option. Don't want to drop another number.
No, definitely not. Port City, lucky they didn't get a bigger bit of that jack there, really.
Yeah. Would have made it much harder for them.
So you can see Hardy there just having a look at the backhand shot. If she can get that Engadine bowl onto the jack, it is going to squirt out, just as you said, where
that's ideal result.
To cover, yeah.
Yep, that is ideal result for Port City here. Definitely backhand, nice and confident through the jack. Can't really go any more down than you already are, so.
We'll see what weight Hardy decides to play here. Oh, well, is it backhand?
She's playing the forehand.
Yes.
Interesting. Whatever you're comfortable with, I guess.
Yeah, well, that's going to get away as well, but that might move. Oh, no, it's got through the hole. And we'll probably see Johns on a pretty high line here.
Unfortunately, I think by playing that forehand for Port City, you know, there's only a chance to get edge of the jack out further for a couple more.
Not a lot in their favour.
No.
Johns might beat them to it, actually, here. Oh, she's got the... Well played off her own front one. I thought she was going to give the shot away there too.
Yeah.
Okay. Risk versus reward, I think, comes into this shot.
I mean, they've got a few behind. It's just getting it there is the issue, isn't it?
Yeah. It can go horribly wrong for them here.
Yeah. It probably is just a nice, confident draw now. Just a little touch on the jack. You know, you minimise the damage, cut it down to 1, draw the shot.
John's still with the bowl to come after this one on end 11. That looks like it might just get away a little bit. Is it going to turn? Oh.
Wow. We didn't see it, but it
yes. Yeah.
almost looked like a result there.
So John's just going to come up and have a look. I suppose it depends how many they're actually holding at present. The signal was 2 before, so it might well be 3 that they're holding.
I mean, if it's a 3, you're probably pretty happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah, especially after dropping 7 in the last 3 ends. This might be a practice draw, this one. And if you're interested to see how club mates or zone or regional teams are going, the score's rolling around underneath in the bottom right-hand corner for you. So John's last bowl and a pretty high line. Would have got back if she had the weight, actually.
Nice and safe.
Yes, very safe.
3.
3 it is, so hence the safety.
Don't blame her at all.
No, that's right. So Engadine go to a 12-9 lead after 11 ends.
Looks as though the Cabra game may be sitting at 11 all from what I can see.
Okay.
11 all on 11.
We'll get a shot of that in a minute when we get a close-up of the ladies on the mat. Yeah. Can't get any closer than that.
No. Oh, another pretty good start there by Sam. She's been leading very well.
Yes, certainly has. And how was the Australian Open campaign, Jess, for you this year?
Oh, look, it was pretty good. I made it to the second round knockout of singles. I felt I had a few really good games, so I was pretty happy with that. And then quarterfinals of the fours. Unfortunately, we got knocked out in the section of our pairs. We had Dawn Heyman and Jamie Lee in our section, so that was good fun. But it's always good to play those girls, and honestly, you get the best bowls out of that, don't you? So it's just unfortunate that some of us draw each other in the section.
Yeah. That's also the beauty of the Australian Open, I suppose. You can get drawn against anyone, and a novice can draw a world champion sometimes.
That's right.
Yeah, it's a great experience.
Only in the sport of lawn bowls, I think you can do that.
Yes, well, I had the pleasure to play against you in one of the lead-up tournaments at Broadbeach in their the fours, Matador
Fours.
I think you've gone all right in that the last couple of years, haven't you?
Yeah, so we got third this year.
Undefeated third.
Undefeated third, and we went undefeated last year. We actually won it last year.
2 years without losing a game in that event is a remarkable effort.
I'd say so, yeah. I mean, last year I was just the fill-in. I got the call up a week before by Nick,
okay.
So I always tell him that. And then we went again this year, and again, undefeated. So, but this year we had the Australian teams, World Bowls teams, enter.
Yeah.
So they had a pretty strong tournament. I think the girls came fourth and the boys came second. Still undefeated, the boys, but definitely good lead up for World Bowls.
Certainly. Yeah, you can't beat competition, can you? Tough competition like that.
No, that's right.
And I played with Nick Cahill and both of them, and shouldn't give the Queenslanders a plug, but he's certainly come along the last couple of years with his game.
Yeah, he has. I mean, I've known Nick since I was yay high. We've been best friends since I think I was 12. So I've known Nick a long time, and he's really come a long way in the game, and really grown into a beautiful lawn bowler, really. I love playing with him and love watching him play. I just think he's definitely a talent, someone to watch.
Yeah, I've had the opportunity the last couple of years too. He's came down to our club at Soldiers Point and been our marquee player in the pennants as well. And I've seen him. Yeah, I've seen the improvement in him in that short period of 12 months as well. It's certainly gone ahead leaps and bounds, really.
Definitely. I mean, him moving to the Gold Coast is probably, I know his family definitely misses him, but probably the best thing he could have done for his bowls career and work aspirations. So he gets to play amongst some of the best bowlers in the world. You know, your Aaron Sheriff and your Ryan Bester. So has the pleasure to play with and against them, and it's only improving his game, I think.
Certainly got to be on your game when you're playing against that calibre of player, that's for sure.
That's all right. Oh, just running through there.
So it's Port Macquarie holding again here. Conditions still ideal. As you can see, there's no wind at all out there, so players will be finding the conditions wonderful to play in.
Definitely makes it a lot easier when there's no breeze.
Yes.
Oh, what an effort trying to try that jack away.
So unfortunately, there's nothing to blame though, Jess.
That's right. Well, I think that'll be shot.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Something similar here. You set the bowl, you make two, you trail the jack to your own. You're making a couple too, so.
Looks like we're going to get some kind of disturbance, are we? Or has she found the hole?
Get some jack action.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jack.
wow.
I think John's just indicating one down there. I think. So,
Maybe the mint one in the front or the last bowl?
I think the mint one in the hair. I think the one at the front I would go for. So John's has got an open forehand draw.
Yeah, hers coming up, so
Yeah.
nice shot on for her.
It was interesting yesterday in the game we had in the morning with the Cabramatta side and the Raymond Terrace side. We had two Jackaroo coaching staff taking on two of the Jackaroo squad.
Oh, that's interesting. I didn't even think of it that way.
Yes.
Good shot
Well
there.
played. Yep. Maybe
even made two out of it.
Possibly there. Her bowl followed through. So it may well be two. Hardy looks to be on a good track here as well. Gets contact on her own or works off it. Just unfortunate there.
Same shot for Anne. Turn her own. You just around it, draw the shot. She's not far away.
Yeah, if she's under her own, she can. Well,
Quite possibly another.
yeah. Well, we got to arrive with this one, don't you? Through the old pitch and run, hit something and follow through.
Yeah, I mean, something similar to her last, taking that line, she's going to reach her own rather than Anne's last one, because if it doesn't count, then she could possibly knock that one in for another. So
Yeah.
she takes a nice high line out to hers.
You see there the teammate indicating two can land that, punch the other bowl out. So
Yep.
may only be the one. To Engadine at present. So Hardy got a couple of opportunities here, as you said. Turn her own up, land the jack high bowls.
Well, it's a high line.
Yeah.
Just a tad too high, I think. Weight was spot on.
Yeah, certainly was. I think it's only the one. You just have to wait for our hard-working Pam looking at the background there and put the score up.
Just the one.
It's
I
the
think.
one. Just get Andrew, might have to confirm that for it. Looks like 13 though, is it? Yes.
It is.
Yep. commenting yesterday too, just watching the girls play with the different delivery styles. With the Australians have the hand on the front leg, although
Yes.
Sam doesn't balance herself much there. But compared to Ellen Faulkner, who
Arm down the
arm
side.
down the side, yes, yeah.
Yep. It is interesting because I need the balance, So I used to have the cloth in hand and that on my leg, but now I just have hand on leg.
Yeah.
But I think you need that to balance. But I suppose it's how you're taught and coached. How she started, that must be what works for her. So
Yeah. Well, you can see even with Schreimer there, she's got a bit of a semi-fixed stance. She kind of steps out and then goes into a delivery, whereas Sam Ferguson here's more momentum with the body going forward through the delivery.
I think Kay Moran's an interesting one to watch.
Yes.
How I've watched old videos on YouTube of her delivery.
Yeah.
How much it's changed since being over here. Still an interesting one.
Yeah.
But it's the same every time. She almost pauses for the same length of time, every shot she plays. So it is very interesting to watch.
And look, that pre-shot routine's so important in this game.
100%. Yep.
Well, not just this game, quite a number of sports, isn't it? That pre-shot routine.
Yep. Great bowl.
That's a very good shot. Yeah, you see golfers that do it, and tennis players will bounce the ball the same
Yep.
amount of time before each serve, and so
Get the Rafael Nadal,
Yeah,
with the hair
it's
behind the
everything.
ears
Yeah,
and the
that's
sweat,
it.
and
Yeah.
pull out the wedgie.
Yeah. I actually remember a game a number of years ago of his at the Australian Open where he wasn't doing that, and he had a bit of an injury, and his game just fell away, and then all
Yep.
of a sudden he had a injury break. I'm not sure whether there was any noodles or anything involved, and noodled him up a bit, but all of a sudden he came back out and all them gestures were there again, and he went on to win the game.
Yeah,
So,
wow.
yeah, it's something that's stuck in my mind, how important that pre-shot routine is. He's got some weird ones though. I don't think he steps on the lines and a few other things like that. But yeah.
Who is it that lines their water bottles up?
Oh,
Is it Djokovic or is it
yeah,
Rafa?
yeah, as the water bottles lined up
Has
as
to
well.
be.
That's it. Yeah.
It's very interesting.
You'd be tempted to move a few of them if you were playing against him. Wouldn't you?
I think a ball kid moved one
Oh.
one year and, was not happy.
It looks like John's just going to duck again here.
Her first one, great bowl.
Yeah.
Couldn't be much better than that, really. Almost a backresting toucher.
So just with your program and the amount of bowls you've been playing recently, do you get much time to practice?
Well, I head down to Penrith quite a lot. So whether it be for social games, so I might play Friday night social with Carl, get a bit of pairs practice in.
Okay.
The format changes between 2-4-2 and 3-bowl, so I get a bit of practice in skip positions as well, and it comes in handy definitely when you're playing third in. I played third in the state team a couple of weeks ago, so definitely comes in handy. Look, I try and get out as much as I can. Lately, it's just been competitions, though.
Yeah.
In the quiet time, the quiet season, 100%, I'm out 2-3 times a week and hours on end. So it's usually at Penrith just because that's my local. It's 5 minutes away. I could walk there. But yeah, it definitely is tricky to get out and practice and when competition season's on.
Yes, for sure. And that 2-4-2 is a great game for learning all the positions, isn't it?
Definitely, I think so. Actually quite fortunate that Penrith's greens are actually really nice. They run quite well even of a night time when social is on. Saturday mornings I usually head down, have a 21 end game of 2-2-2 pairs, so that's really good as well. I learn a lot from Carl though. Reading ahead,
Yeah,
how he plays his game compared to how I used to play my game,
Right, yeah.
and how I now play it and call ahead. So, but it's all a learning experience, and I think learning from some of the best is the way forward, really.
That's Carl Hurley you talk about. So is he more attacking, more defensive? What when you say it's changed, what's different to the way you used to do it?
Oh, look, I think it depends. So in something like this, he's definitely more on the defence. He's always looking for the worst possible result for him,
Okay, yeah.
and he will cover that.
Right.
So I think, state titles. But say, for example, we were playing a tournament the other day, one-day tournament, and he was on the attack. We'd be holding 3, and he'd look for any way to make more.
Because you need the margins in
Need
the
the
tournament.
margins in the
Okay,
tournament.
Fair enough, yeah.
Most of the time, though, I'd say he's very particular about where bowls need to be so that he doesn't drop a massive number.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, well, them multiples are hard to peg back, aren't they?
Oh.
One at a time might take you 6 ends to get a 6
Definitely.
back. So yeah,
Definitely. He's all about, if you're going to be not on the jack, you need to be finishing in the right areas. So, minimises damage. Definitely. He definitely capitalises on shots that he's already holding, though, and without being too close.
yeah.
As we saw yesterday, unfortunately, but yeah.
I'm not sure who's holding here. It's pretty tight. As well, so we'll see. Johns, I don't think that one's coming back. Is she running for a bit of cover? An intentional bowl around the back.
Yeah, I mean, that probably says she's holding, so...
Yep, yeah. There's another green bowl at the back there. Just Johns' bowl just going out of screen. So is this one going to get down in time? I don't think so.
Another one at the back, though.
But
If it
she's
stays
definitely on
on.
the attack, so obviously it's Engadine that are holding. So in 13, 21 in game. Prize in the final to the winners. John's in the area here. Is it going to get there?
Wow, well, what an effort. Any touch on the jack would have been perfect.
This one looks to be on a better track.
Tighter line.
Going to get some kind of result here. Onto the jack. Where's the jack going?
Well, I think it's hung around just enough for Port City to hold on.
Yeah, it could be more than one here. That bowl at the front too, does it count? I think there's a bowl just out of screen there. We just can't see.
I think that would be
Pan
Anne's.
back.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
Anne's
is.
back bowl.
Yeah, so might be a couple here. Oh no.
It's very deceiving.
Yeah, that is very deceiving. Well, that one's definitely
Definitely
in.
that one.
So, what that was deceiving, wasn't it?
Very.
I would have thought that the
The back bowl.
back, yeah. So, but Port City pick up a single. So after 13 ends, they trail by 3. 10-13.
Plenty of ends left.
Plenty of ends left. Yes.
Both teams playing quite well, I'd say, actually.
Yeah, it's been quite a good game. And getting back to your practice sessions, just when you're by yourself, is there goal setting when you go out to practice by yourself? Do you set up drills? What are you different at different times, I would imagine?
Yeah, Jack and Two Bowl is probably my favourite drill
Right.
when I'm on my own. So I, put the music in the ears and I really focus on that one. Drawing to the ditch as well, I've found I've had to practice that because in the past I've not been so good at drawing to the ditch because I played leads so much. I wasn't having to do that.
Yeah.
But it's definitely helped with my singles game and my back end game as well. So find that I've become a little bit better at that, a little more consistent. more confident, I would say, at drawing to the ditch.
Okay. So when you say jack and 2 bowls, you roll the jack, and wherever it stops, you just draw your 2 bowls to it?
Yeah, 2 bowls, yep.
And you're right about drawing to the ditch too, because I have a discussion with social bowlers as playing a social game or just going out to practice, but you might play 20 social games without having to draw to the ditch.
That's
and
right.
You can go out in an hour and play that many where you just draw to the ditch. It just gives you that confidence to do it, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You go out and you have to.
I mean, ever since I've started playing more third and skip positions, which has only been in the last couple of years, I've also been practicing my running shots and my drives. Never used to be so confident on them. I was never actually taught how to deliver a drive.
Okay.
So I had to teach myself, and they just never came out right. But back when Lindsay Clark was my pathways coach, she gave me a few pointers, and now they come out like silk, and I have confidence in that shot now, which is very important, especially in singles play.
Okay.
You need to be able to back yourself in both shots.
You want to share them pointers with our viewers?
Let it fly.
Yeah. Very good.
Everyone's different. You look at a drive and go, I need to get heaps of weight behind it, but the more weight, the less control you have.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's right.
find your own weight and play that weight every time.
When you look at some of the greats like Alex Marshall and people like that, you don't see him go really quick very often, do you? He just, that controlled weight.
Yep. I mean, Karen Murphy's one for it as well. She always says, play that same weight every time. Find your weight and play that every time. Don't change it. Don't go harder because it's more of a target and you want to hit it, Less control. So Cabra's picked up a few on the rink next door.
Yeah, they've played 13 ends as well, as you can see on our scoreboard there behind. Now the scores will be rolling through down the bottom of the screen if you want to stay in touch with what's happening here at Fig Tree Sports. As we said earlier, no other games today at Taraji Park and Wiseman Park, Wollongong City. They've got a day off today over there. Fours action will be starting tomorrow morning after the finals of the pairs this afternoon. Five finals in play this afternoon here at Figgy, so if you're in the area, get yourself down to watch some great bowls. Beautiful day to be sitting out in the sun.
Lovely day outside.
Bit of a loose end from the ladies this time.
Port holding one, is it?
If you're a newer bowler to the game, it's your opportunity to play in a state event, qualifying through your zones in the state rookies. Jump onto the Bowls New South Wales website or Facebook page. You'll find the details there. Just follow the links. You can enter. You've just started the game from April 2019, providing you've only played in the event once. If you've played in it twice, you're ineligible to play again. It's for our newer bowlers to the game. Very short, sharp games too. Singles up to 17 shots and 12 ends of 3-bowl pairs.
Yeah, wow.
And Raymond Terrace will host the state finals. 32 qualifiers will go to the state finals. At least one from each zone area.
I think that's a great concept.
Yeah.
State rookies.
Well, Andrew was saying earlier that the players, or the last couple of days, the players that play in it really love the event too.
Yep.
He said the atmosphere is fantastic.
Oh, that's great.
we're playing the singles event first, so rookies might be able to pair up and play together in the pairs.
Yep.
A month or so later. So yeah, great opportunity for them to play in a state event.
Oh, definitely.
So how did you get into the game, Jess? How did lawn bowls start for you?
Oh, my dad used to play, so I actually grew up in Glenmore Park, not far from Penrith. Moved up to the Gold Coast when I was 5.
Good effort.
Oh, yeah. Helps. Something to work off.
Yeah.
So moved up to the Gold Coast when I was 5 with my parents. My dad gave up the sport when he had kids.
Right.
Sorry, Dad. But
You being one of them?
me being one of them. And then I think my brother was 12 at the time, maybe 13, and he thought, you know what, I'd like to give it a go. Just watching it, going down to Tweed quite a bit for dinner and going and seeing the indoor and the bowls played on the outdoor surface as well. So my brother got into it, got a set of bowls, and then he used to go down to Burleigh and practice. And I'd just go and sit there and watch. And then one day he said, do you want to have a go so I can play someone? And I went out and beat him.
Oh, okay.
And I thought, you know what, I like this sport.
Yes.
So
Especially when you can beat your brother up at something. Yes, magnificent.
I took it up. I thought, yep, I could get used to this.
Yeah.
That sounds terrible, but ever since.
So what age was you then?
Well, I was 12 when I played my first tournament, so I would have had that roll up with my brother when I was about 11.
Okay.
Yep. Oh,
Well,
got the one. She was unlucky to get the inside of that bowl, really. Anything under that, she would have had them both.
so, Port City, well, that's her own. She's promoting. Not sure whether she got it enough. Doesn't
Don't
look
think
like
so,
it.
no.
One down's the indication. Go the bowl. We're going the bowl again, are we? Yep.
She's got a chance to get both, just a touch high.
So there'll be one more to Port City. So they're back within 2. They trail 11-13.
Always love a close game like this.
Yeah.
Not when I'm playing them, when I'm watching them.
Yes, exactly. Burleigh and Tweed is just a terrible part of the world too.
Oh, I know,
Grown
right?
up in.
You know what, though? I never went to the beach, ever.
Really?
This is what I say to everyone. When I moved to Penrith, they're like, what were you thinking? Penrith. But you know what? Look, the Gold Coast is lovely. It's actually getting a lot busier ever since the Com Games and with the Olympics coming up in 2032, is it? In Brisbane. So a lot of development going on, a lot of roadworks, and actually quite a lot of traffic, which is not fun. But yeah, never went to the beach when I was up there, and now the first thing that I do when I'm there is I go to the beach. I did not appreciate it enough when I was there, but I certainly do now that I don't have it.
Very good. Very good.
That's a great start.
Oh, I know you used to own a motorbike as well, so
I did.
plenty of riding.
I miss my bike. I definitely do miss riding, but yeah, gave that up when I had my little one. Too dangerous.
Yes, fair enough.
Especially because when I had just started out when I fell pregnant, so I didn't want to risk anything. Never know though. One day
Yeah, okay.
might get another one. And
And how old's the little one now?
oh, he'd be nearly 2.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Handful, no doubt.
Oh yeah. He's absolutely gorgeous though. Yeah, I love every day with him. So I think it's interesting when they get their own little Little attitude and own little personality. That's 2 great lead bowls.
Yes, that's great shots from Port City. Pretty good to have him right on the centre line too. Hasn't fallen much of a target there.
No, I mean, she's got one right on the jack and one right behind it. So it really is just a nice, confident, just over the draw, trying to pop the jack, sit the bowl, open it up a little bit.
Bit of textbook leading. That'll be your jack and 2 bowls drill.
Yep.
There it is there.
That's what we want it to look like. So Kylie's just trying to anywhere inside those blue bowls of Sam's. Not quite going to get back.
That's a good effort. How's the weight with this one? I might have just a little fraction through. Although any disturbance with that weight will be handy. She
Definitely.
had to reach.
Look, it's probably in a handy home too. Gives them another option later on down the track.
Yeah. Well, doesn't want to get onto her own shot bowl here,
This
and
does
that's
not.
how handy that back bowl's going to be
Yep.
now. See the hand up straight away. Hardy there apologising to the teammate. So not a lot of correction required from Johns with this one.
No, her weight's ideal. She can get a bit of the jack though. Ooh. Plenty of room.
Plenty of room now, yes. Yeah, it was unfortunate. Oh, Kylie Hardy just arriving onto the shot bowl.
Lee just needs to do the exact same.
Yes.
One on it and one
that's
behind.
It. That's it. And Robbie Warren from Taraji roll through in the scores down the bottom there. He's leading 14-9. He could be a dual champion after winning the triples.
Yeah, wow. Well, she's drawn the shot.
So jack off the centre line. Jess, do you find that easier to play, harder to play? A lot of practice doing that as well?
Oh, definitely. I think I need to practice everything, I suppose, but I actually find it a little easier sometimes. You know, you just put it out and trust that it's going to come back.
Yeah.
As long as you've got your weight, you put it out, you're probably going to come back to the jack.
Yeah, you're right. Jeanice was looking for a change of hand, but the skip's told her to stick.
I mean,
Get around that bowl.
Yeah, she did just play a really nice one. She's only just got to be around it, keep the weight. If she gets behind, it's going to be handy. Oh, her weight was great again.
Yeah. Be another counter, I think.
I think so. Then again, it's very deceiving.
Yeah, yeah.
Can't say for
After
sure.
last time. Ferguson looks to be tight this time.
I think she's going to cut right under.
Gave herself a slap on the thigh there.
Especially because it's such perfect weight.
So this is end 15, 21 end semi-final. Prize in the final for the winners this afternoon.
Is it a shield or a trophy for the winners?
It's a shield.
A shield.
Yeah, yes. Since the unification, we have all new shields.
Yep.
Just the singles winners for the state men's and women's are the special ones to get the cups.
Yeah.
That makes me feel very special.
Just the special ones.
I went out to lunch before the final. What's she done here?
We've got a bit of weight again.
Wow.
Well,
That is interesting.
okay. Yeah.
It could count though.
Could very well count.
You just never know.
Let's see, I might have had a look, but she might be able to tell from where she's standing what the position is. So, John's...
It's a touch heavy. She
just lands the inside of that. But that'll definitely be the shot.
just the wrong side of it. Probably a touch heavy anyway, but this is interesting. She's changing hands now.
Yes, okay. After she called the lead on that hand as well, she's turned her back on that one.
Doesn't like it. I think she just wanted to be safe this time.
Yeah. My skip would yell out to me if I turn me back.
Really?
If I've got to watch rubbish say to you.
Is she going to go the 2 bowls or can't really? It's an open draw. I mean, she can turn Sam's up. You get past it, you get the shot.
Does have a fair bit of room for players of this standard. You think she would be able to draw that?
She's got a few thirds by the looks of it, though.
That's
so
the other option. Quite a few. Although they do lead by 2. Jack in the ditch as well would be okay. They got the furthest back, depending on where the jack went to. What are we doing? Jess, what do you see?
Oh well, she could play a confident draw and she could turn Sam's up. If she's just around it, she gets a piece of the jack, possibly for 2, over to her last bowl. Oh, her other bowl there. If she's wide, she sits one of the bowls. Just nice confident draw, I think. She's going big.
She's going big, and it's going to hold out, is it?
Looks like it. Look, the shot was always on to go 2 bowls, and
yeah, that was the risk versus reward again. There wasn't a lot of risk, really, was there?
no, I mean she rips the front one out. It's not going to, make it any more. So
Might well only be the one as well. We'll see what the lie detector tells us. Looks like it beats that one. Beats that one, so it's 2. So we're all square at 13.
wow.
So it was the Engadine girls that led 9-2 back on end 7. And then it was 9-all after 10 ends. And now 13-all after 15.
We were saying yesterday the first 7 ends are probably your most important. You get that good start. It looks like Engadine did, but Port City just fighting back. So,
Oh, Jess, I love hearing you say that because I'm a big believer in that myself. I baffle them with statistics here, especially from pennant games or games of 4s, that the percentage of teams that lead after 7 ends that go on to win the game is very high.
yeah, we mentioned it yesterday.
Did ya?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
okay.
did. It came up.
That's
Ben.
because I hound them about it, yes.
I mean, every time we get in a huddle for pennant or state team, it's always first 7 ends. First 7 ends your most important. Get that jump on them. I also believe in the fight back, though. Never
sure.
give up.
Well, it's that 7 end mark that you need to probably regroup, and if you are behind,
Yes.
you need to have a look at how you're attacking the game or defending the game. And,
Yep.
if you need to change things up, that's the time to do it because there's still, as you say, still plenty of ends to go.
Yep.
But you're 100% correct too. Stay in the fight. See so many blowout scores with people when they get behind. They go chasing their tail and try to do some things that the risk is certainly not worth the reward. And
No, definitely.
see some big blowout scores.
Yeah, you get people panic and go, I need numbers, and really sometimes one every end is good enough.
Correct, that's right. And we were talking about that in the triples games too, with the 2-bowl triples, how there seems to be a lot of big scoring in the 2-bowl triples. Because just one team has to be that little bit off, and you can drop big numbers, can't you?
Yeah, there's not a lot of time to correct.
No.
It's just the one bowl to correct.
A little bit wayward this end with their lead bowls. But, as you said, they've got a couple more to correct when they go back up the next time.
That's right. To be fair, the two back ones are finishing in quite a good spot, so they're in the area.
Usable, yes.
We've had a few people on Facebook asking if there's prize money involved with state championships, and Jessie will tell you that she did get a nice little envelope.
I did get a nice little envelope.
But the total prize money across the state championships, $80,000. There's 864 competitors over 13 days at the 3 venues. The estimated economic impact to the Wollongong region is $1.5 million. 480,000 people plus have reached the live stream so far. This is actually a couple of days ago. We had 4,500 minutes viewed already. So, huge event.
Oh, definitely. Great for Wollongong. Such a nice area to have it too, I think.
Especially with weather like this.
Oh, it's beautiful. What's she done here? Oh, well, she's definitely made that one better.
Mentioning that, we do thank our event partners, Destination Wollongong, the Wollongong City Council, Victory Sports, Troji Park Bowls and Recreation Club, Wiseman Park, Wollongong City, and of course TAB.
Yes.
Chance for you to win a TAB branded set of Drake's Pride bowls today. 12 till 2, I think, the activation today.
Is Jessie barred for having to go with that, Andrew?
No, I think she can have a
State
crack.
champion can have a crack. Right, okay.
Can you get one within 110 mils without touching the jack?
110, is that what we've got to beat?
It's the mark to beat so far, I think.
Wow, okay.
You might have a bit of trouble not touching the jack, though. Yes.
Oh, it's hard when you got to think about not touching the jack because that's all you're thinking about.
Peter Hobday is just telling me that we've finally got some class in the commentary too, Jess.
Oh, thanks, Hobday.
All day, he calls himself, all day Hobday. That's the way he leads, he reckons. All day, just plonks them on all day.
You know what? We played him in Matador and he went pretty good.
Yeah.
He went pretty
Oh,
good.
don't say that.
He did. We had them in the last game and we had Blocker and Hobday and it was actually a really good game.
Yeah.
I think we only got over the line by 3 or 4, I think.
No.
Just going to slide through.
It's probably
They're playing some dangerous weight, aren't they, when they're holding?
that's a very good miss.
Yes.
I mean, we saw the last bowl from Kylie. Just scoot past. She got a tiny bit of the jack. Luckily, she didn't want it full.
Yes.
Just to put it behind her bowl.
Oh, Ferguson not far away. It's just going to run through a little. Oh, that's a useful bowl, though. You see your club mates there behind, leading 18-12 now.
We like to see that. I haven't been keeping an eye on the boys' score when they roll over, but I'm sure now that I'm not out there watching, it's less pressure,
Oh.
and he'll be fine.
was just having a bit of a look at the situation here. What shot to play? Got to get contact somehow.
She really can get the inside of that last bowl. Possibly get both.
Yeah, can get off it now, can't she?
Yep.
So the target is a little bit bigger.
She got Sam at the back there, so it's not like she's any worse down at the back.
Yeah.
But she can get them clean, no jack.
There's that score for you. Healy leading 16-10.
Yep. Well,
Looks as though the winner of that's going to play Warilla in the final. They lead 22-9. Oh, it's game over. They finished 22-9.
I'd say they called it.
They might have.
Yep.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, Gary Kelly and Corey were having a great game out there, both playing really well, so it'll be a very good final. I hope to see the Cabra boys there, of course.
That will be our streaming game this afternoon as well.
Well, you're going to want to watch that one.
Final of the men. So they're having a good discussion about this shot here. 13 all.
I think she has to go fairly quick. Go the inside of that grey one up the front there onto the mint. If she gets the mint one solid onto the jack, then it's not a toucher, and Sam's is up the back there, so open it up for Anne anyway.
Yeah, so we'll see what kind of weight. Yes, you're right.
She's in the area.
Yeah.
She's going to hold.
Is she going to get it off that bowl as you suggested? Well,
She
has.
did, right through the gap too for
Yeah.
3. Wow. That is the ultimate result.
That is. Yeah.
And no jack movement. That's
No,
perfect.
Yeah. Well, that would have been part of the discussion for sure, and it's come off exactly how they would have liked. So that's a super shot from Ferguson.
Great bowl. Pressure's on now for Kylie, heading to the mat.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they might have been sitting pretty there with almost a front toucher, but
Of course, you wouldn't.
yeah.
You wouldn't think there's much danger in that, would you? You wouldn't think you'd be 3 down. That's for sure. It's a nice draw here.
It's been a pretty good track too, all on weight dependent now. Has it got the weight? Oh, it's a little bit heavy. Beautiful track. Well, John's to add to the count here. Looks to be on a pretty high line as well. Just can't see the bowl, but it'll come into view very shortly. But I think it's a little high, is it? Well, it hasn't got the weight, obviously. This one looks tight.
Definitely. Wow. It's going to be a nice little pick up there for Engadine. Really can't go wrong with drawing another one here.
Certainly not. These ones can be the most difficult, though. You just got no. You tend to relax a bit, don't you? And
Yeah. It's a great bowl.
certainly no relaxing there. So, John's
4.
That's a nice little number for Engadine, heading into the 17th end.
Yeah. And again, Port City, as we said, they got back to 9 all, and they dropped to 3, and they fought back to 13 all, and then they dropped to 4.
Yeah, they're definitely not out of it.
So the conversation here, Jess, we're discussing what length?
Definitely. I mean, Port City have sort of been playing Matt back, Jack not on the tee, sort of halfway up that line, and
So the mat coming up a bit.
yep. I don't think Jack on the tee would be a bad option here. But I think she's... There's that one.
Well, as you said before, it's part of Anne's game, isn't it? The attacking play, and gives her the option of sinking the jack if required. But Sam just says, I'll just throw it straight on the line. Orion draw to start with. Useful bowl.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure she's just correcting from playing that longer length, so having to pull herself back a little bit. Always handy behind, though.
Yeah. Port City just taking a bit of a break. So the 5-test series, Jess, against Victoria. The sides have been named. Who are you playing with?
I have the pleasure of playing with Ellen.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I've got Ellen skipping, Jamie Lee, who's come back in after her holiday, playing third. I'll be playing second, and Brianna Smith leading. So quite a nice young team. I mean, we're a young team overall, but
Yes.
a young rink, I think.
And looking to bounce back after the disappointment of Queensland.
Yes, yeah. Look, Queensland were a great side, and look, I think we were quite unfortunate to lose the first two tests. Really, I think we played really outstanding bowls through those ones, especially in the second. To only lose that one by one in the last end, obviously disappointing, and then to have to bounce back from that and come out and play the test in the morning. Obviously, you want to win it, but things just, didn't go our way, and they played great bowls, and you've got to give it to them. So hopefully next year we'll get them on our home turf.
Yeah, well, I was saying when I was up there, when you looked across the green at both New South Wales and Queensland, there were some talented bowlers on the green for both sides.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even in the sides, you see that often New South Wales and Queensland are obvious. I mean, last year they sit first and second, both men's and ladies.
Yeah.
So it's always a great game between the two states.
We know sledging at all between you either.
I felt a lot of the girls asked me how I was feeling, because obviously I was wearing the maroon this time last year. So I don't know, but I feel great in the blue. Absolutely love wearing the blue. It's definitely the right colour. No sledging though. They're my friends, and we all know each other through squads and things. So lovely group of girls.
We have had a few of the men go the other way. With
I'm
Wayne
sure.
Turley and Aaron Sheriff, and they used to wear the blue.
Yeah, and now wearing the maroon. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'd be some sledging there.
Oh,
through the
without a doubt. Yes.
I can imagine coming from the boys. It's part of the game.
All in good fun though.
That's right.
Enjoying fierce competitors on the green, but yeah.
Such great mates off the green, aren't they?
Sure.
Yep.
Yep.
It's amazing that you can leave that on the green.
Well, most can anyway.
Most can, yeah. Well, that's a great correction from Sam.
Yeah.
Wow.
Surprisingly, in this event, Jess, and I almost thought that was another one, but we've had two wrong biases on our
On the live stream?
games. Yes.
Wow. Who from?
Can't mention any names. But,
really?
We talked about the walk of shame back in the club, where the charity tin comes out to put a bit of money in.
Yep.
Yes.
Oh, you don't want that on live stream, do you?
Do not want that. So obviously part of the pre-shot routine went amiss with them ones.
Sometimes you're too focused on what you need to do that you forget something, and unfortunately that's probably the most important thing, that you have that little ring on the inside.
So Engadine holding a few here. Early days on end 17.
I just think that change in length has definitely helped Engadine here.
For sure, yep.
They've definitely taken to it a lot quicker than Port City. I know that's only 3 bowls in, but you can already see it.
Yeah, you can get into a bit of muscle memory, can't you, with a certain length?
Definitely. It becomes almost natural. You don't even think about the line or the weight. It's just you just deliver it,
Yeah.
and you put it near the jack because that's what you've been playing for so long. Good correction. Well, it's definitely going to help.
Yeah, it's well played. Just fell against her there, but they certainly needed one in there.
Definitely. Do not want to be dropping on another 4.
No, especially at this time of the game. That's correct. They trail by 4. Here the Port City side. Yeah, a coach of mine once said that when you turn up on a foreign green, just go and deliver a bowl. Just deliver a bowl naturally, and that's the length you should be playing to start with. So, yes. Could be, depending on the speed of the green, that could be long or short, but just go through your natural delivery.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this is going to be a good spot for Sam. It's the only way... I mean, they can't even drop a shot out there, but... Playing the forehand... If she can get anywhere inside Sam, she's going to help them create a shot.
Yeah, even if she can land them two together, it's going to race past them.
And they're stocking up at the back here. It's the only danger here for Engadine.
Yeah.
I don't see the jack going there, but...
No, not at this stage.
Just never know, do you?
They don't want to leave themselves vulnerable, though, with only the
No.
one bowl in the head, do they?
That's
'Cause
right.
It can be plucked out quite easy where it's sitting, and even if they miss, they can move the jack a little.
You don't want to move the jack
Which way
here.
is it going?
Oh, that...
Well,
It's a good bad bowl, I think.
it is, yeah. It's just opened it up a little bit, hasn't it?
Yeah, she's given that opportunity for the trail for 2 or 3.
Now, yes. Now the jack can get back.
She's certainly in the area for something. Is she going to get down?
Gonna get it solid and hang around.
Oh.
No, just run through. Got one of them out, but still 3 down.
I mean, the shot's still on.
Yeah.
Engadine's got one past, not in the right area, but... I think it's a nice draw for Anne. Tuck it away. Take that jack away from them first.
Yeah, that's right. Take that shot away because it's looking inviting.
You know, you can try all you like to play a backhand shot and try and get back to those bowls, but I think you're still leaving that jack vulnerable. So, nice draw up to it.
Yeah, that sounds like the call, or look like the call from Sam. Beat him to it.
Yeah, I mean, if you're tight and you lay one of the front ones down, then you're making it a little more difficult for Port City.
So John's the first to play of the skips. And 17 of this 21 end contest.
Well, you really want to do this one with your first bowl, I think.
Yes, I'm sure Anne will be correcting. Looks to be in a pretty good area here too.
If she has the weight, she'll hold.
Looks to be in a very good area. Is she going to get any of the jack? Oh, straight
Wow.
through the hole.
That's another little catcher there, though. Anne really needs to change this.
Yeah. Sometimes you wonder how the bowls get through without touching anything.
It's harder to get the gap.
Yeah. Couple of pieces of bad luck going against Port City on this end. So John's chasing after it, as you suggested, Jess, she's going to lay her own bowl down, is she?
Oh.
Not quite, but it'll be another counter.
Look, they're holding a few, but
Yeah.
they could drop a solid number here.
Oh,
Oh,
look out.
Oh, no.
Just stopped her in time too.
Well,
So that bowl has fallen over, so they'll be holding 4. And as you suggested, Jess, that's made it much better for Engadine now.
how fortunate to have that bowl
Yeah.
roll over.
Fortunate for Kylie Hardy too. She hadn't let the bowl go.
No.
Because had that have fallen over as the bowl was coming down, it would have took that shot away.
Look, I still think that hand is turning enough
To get the jack.
You get that that side of the jack, you can pick up 4 out there,
Yeah.
possibly more. So I still think she needs to be nice and confident. She only just missed it with her last, so something similar.
Well, she can't go through that hole anyway that she went through
No.
last time.
That's right. I mean, if she plays the same weight as her last and she gets onto the front one, she could possibly sit that right through the gap and run on for shot. So obviously jack would be ideal in the situation, but they'll take a shot, I suppose.
Yeah. Yes, as you said, they don't want to drop another multiple. That line looks okay again.
I think this is a better line, but is it going to get back? Is it going to get back to the jack?
Trying
It's
hard.
trying hard. This is a
What a
great shot. Wow. That is perfect.
Oh,
Couldn't have played it any better.
no, definitely not. And it's going to be at least 4. Is it a handful?
4.
4. So
Wow.
we're all square again.
That's exactly what they needed.
Well, we'll see a replay of that shot. Kylie Hardy on a very good line on a forehand.
Under pressure.
Ugh. Immense pressure that time of the game. 4 behind.
Yep.
Drop another 4. That puts them. Would have put them 8 behind with 4 to play. But we're all square. Looking behind there, just looks like a couple more club mates might be into a final as well.
Yes.
Still a few ends to go there, though. We just don't want Andrew to say that Cabramatta's home like he did yesterday.
Just got to throw that bait out there every now and then.
Yeah. So Port City gone back to that familiar length with the mat on the tee. And the jack 2 to 3 metres short of the tee at the other end. That's a pretty good opening bowl too to start with.
Yeah, that weight. Isn't it perfect?
Yeah, that's it.
That's her weight.
Good reply from Sam as well.
Yep.
Usable bowl. In and around it.
What an exciting game.
It has been, hasn't it? It has been. Just when you think that Engadine's had all the running, I don't think, no, Port City have never been in front, but
No.
they've drawn level.
I mean, you look at it. If Engadine had gotten that 4, that puts them 8 in front with 3 to play, 4 to play.
4 to play, yeah.
So they were probably looking pretty good there, and a lot of people start to drop their heads at that point and go, "Well, we're 8 behind." But no, not these Port City girls. They're hanging tough.
You might see Kylie Hardy a little bit over here. She might have a bit of adrenaline still running through the body.
It's always the way, isn't it? Well, pretty good draw shot.
Pretty good, yeah.
Gotta have faith.
You do, yes. Yeah, well played. Let's see how Johns responds to that one.
Sam's watching it, so pretty well by the looks of it. Oh, she didn't need the slide.
No, didn't.
She moved it off the centre line,
That's
though.
right, move that bowl. So next one.
Wow. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Great bowl again.
Fantastic bowl, yeah.
I think she would have liked to have taken it with her, but
Yeah.
still, good bowl.
Got the confidence building shot from last time. John's just not running it out.
Could be 2, we're thinking.
2, yeah. 2 to Port City.
Ian's is only jack high, so doesn't make the shot difficult for Port. They've just got to be inside that. Little touch on the jack, touch it away, even better.
Oh, this is the 18th end of 21. 17-17 after 17. I think the semi next door, if I remember back, was 11-11 after 11.
Yeah, wow. Start again.
The Cabra girls are now leading 21-12. So they got the jump. Couldn't get pegged back, but Engadine cannot get the jump here because Port City just won't go away, will they?
Oh, what a great line.
Yes, very good attempt again. Right, Ferguson, forehand draw. Can use her own bowl out there on the wing to work off.
She's nicely out. Has she got the weight? Not quite.
Beautiful line again.
You don't want to give Engadine anything to sit on here.
No, that's right. Leave that hole that they can run through.
Yeah.
No doubt Sam will adjust her weight with the next one and make sure she does arrive.
Ideally, I'm sure she'd like to just get back to the jack. She can get back to the jack, give it a little touch. She's well out. I don't see that one coming back from there.
No.
I think that's another Port City bowl.
Right, Ferguson, her last bowl, and 18. This looks to be a better track if it's got the weight. Has
Is
it
it
got
there?
the weight?
Not quite. Same bowl.
It's making that path just ever so smaller for Johns as well.
Ian's really got to play out to her jack high bowl. If she can reach that, she's probably going to get the shot.
Yeah, working off it for sure.
Yep.
Depending what Kylie does with her first here. Sorry, viewers, but
Oh, she's coming back.
yeah, she's
gotta
got
hurry.
The path. Is she going to get there?
Well, I think it's going to count, isn't it?
It's going to make it very hard for Ian Johns, though, if it doesn't.
Well, Sam's watching it,
Yeah,
so
that's,
we'll
all we can say
assume.
at the moment. So if we can Give up? You're not.
I think you got to play something similar to your last. Work in off the mint.
Well, even if you get out to that pack now, it's her bowl coming in, isn't it?
Yep. Well, this is dangerous.
Promote that one.
She did.
She has.
Well, that's a massive turnaround.
Sam knew what she was doing, putting them
Oh,
couple
she
in
did.
There. Yeah. Filled us all.
Yeah, I mean, in that situation, you want it to be anything but tight, so it's quite unfortunate, but it's bowls, isn't it? It happens. This is interesting because Anne definitely wants to get another one here.
Yes, there's
Just a nice draw on the forehand, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
I think she'll be quite tentative because you don't want to punch that bowl onto the jack and drop a couple.
No, but then... Oh, yep, here we go. Forehand it is.
Well, certainly a wide line.
Yeah. As you said, Jess, aware of that danger of turning that shot bowl. So it'll be one to Engadine again. And just when it was looking like Port City might finally take the lead.
With a number too, I think it would have been.
Yeah. Three ends to go, won the diff.
It'll be interesting to see if Sam and Anne go back to that length. You know, knowing they did have quite a good head though.
They certainly did, yeah. It took a remarkable shot, didn't it? From
I think just making sure that they've got something behind. I mean, you're defending now. You're in front, so you're definitely defending.
So we've had some cracking games on our live streaming for you so far. Very close encounters.
It's good to see.
It is, yes, yeah. So, Jess, with you qualifying for the singles, you went through your district and then your region, and then to get here, how many games would you have played?
I think I worked out after the final that I'd played 11.
11, okay.
Was it 11? Oh, it might have been. I think it was 11.
All right, yep.
I actually had Dawn Heyman and Carmen Anderson in my district.
Right, okay. And
So
that's straight knockout as well in your district?
Straight knockout, yeah.
2 games a day or just the one?
So we had one. We had one on the first day, and then 2 the next.
All right.
And then the final. No, 2 the next, 3 the next. Yeah, something like that. No, 2 the next, then 1. Yeah.
Okay.
Final against Carmen.
And then how many in your region? How many districts in
2.
your region? So it's just
2
okay.
games in the region, and
Yeah.
then played the 5 here. So yeah, I think I worked that out right.
Very good.
Still got it.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. I thought it was quite interesting to work out because Queensland works so differently with their state titles. Anyone can enter with anyone. So and you don't have to qualify. You just enter and you play who you draw, I suppose. So it's straight knockout after sectional.
Yeah. Okay. I suppose there's plus and minus for both. Do you think, or which one do you prefer?
I mean, I really did feel like I worked really hard through this one.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is with sectional play in singles, you can have someone who hasn't won all their games and still go through.
Yeah.
So I think by having the straight knockout, you're going to get your best of your best,
When
you
you
know.
get here, yep.
So, and you feel like you've really accomplished something because you've worked really hard for it and you know that you haven't lost a game to
Yep.
get to that point.
there's always that debate between sectional play and knockout at this level, but obviously one of the reasons we play the sectional, we have people come a long way to compete, so they know they're going to get at least 3 games when they turn up. They know how much accommodation they may need to pay for and all that type of stuff.
Definitely. And I think sectional, once you get to this point, is perfect.
Yeah.
I think sectional initially can be a little interesting, and I think you're obviously going to get some good bowlers make it through, but you really get the best of the best that way.
I agree with you, yes. I think you're 100% correct there.
It was actually my first singles title, state singles title.
Very good.
Across both states. I'd had 2 runners-up in Queensland, one against Kelsey last year in a solid final, but never fortunate enough to hold the trophy, so absolute honour.
What about club singles titles?
I never won one either.
Oh,
No,
okay.
so I've had a few runners-up, but I always get pipped in the final, and last year being one of them as well. So it means all the more to me.
Well, you've picked a pretty good one to make it your first, that's for sure.
I mean, I had a district singles championship last year, Gold Coast District. So, not a bad effort there by Sam.
Pretty good. I think it's Engadine just holding one with the
One
lighter
there.
blue. Although it's a little bit deceiving how far the green bowl is behind the jack.
I would say it's Engadine for 1.
This bowl's pretty tight. Oh no, it's going to get it solid. That might block that hand a little.
Her weight probably wasn't too bad.
Little path in between them bowls on the forehand.
Yeah, touch the jacks at the bowl.
And any other sporting prowess, Jess, in your famous sporting career?
Well, I used to be a dancer.
Did you?
So I danced for 11 years.
Okay.
11 years. National champion. So I went to nationals each year for that and placed every year. But it got to the point when I was introduced to bowls that I had to pick because competitions clashed and there was no qualifying for events because they were on the same days as bowls. So I picked bowls and I'm glad I did.
Okay.
I really am. Look, I miss dance and I miss the social aspect and the exercise, but
What style of dancing was that?
it was called physical culture.
Okay.
So it's actually quite popular down here in New South Wales. Oh, she got the gap.
Send through.
Yeah, quite popular. So it's sort of a mix, sort of like calisthenics, a bit of jazz, a bit of hip-hop, a bit of ballet, floor routine.
I know a bit about that because my daughters used to do that in their younger days as well.
Okay,
So I
yeah.
know a bit going to the concerts and sitting there
Yep.
watching. And
The
yes,
fizzy
I know
dad.
A bit about that.
That's what we call
Yes.
it. My dad used to do the same. He used to
Yeah.
come and watch. Look, it was good fun and I really enjoyed it for the 11 years I did it. I went back last year and signed up as a lady, competed in one competition. I was fortunate enough to win that one, but again, bowls clashed and I just couldn't continue.
So watch out when you finally get to celebrate your singles on the dance floor.
On the dance floor. I'll still have some moves, hopefully.
So John's first to play here, end 19 of 21.
She's changing hands, so she could be going for cover.
Yeah, looks as though she is, although I see him urging
Has
to
got
slow down.
Back
I
one.
think she wants it to go.
Yeah, it's interesting.
So moving to Jack here.
She's in the area.
Very close again.
She needs to
Is it-
hurry to the jack.
Going to hold enough for the Jack, and it has, and she'll
Wow.
make a couple.
That is a brilliant bowl. Perfect speed.
Well, pressure switches to John's now.
Unfortunately, I think Anne really needed to be playing that other side and sitting that bowl with her first.
Take that shot away.
She can work off her own onto the bowl or jack, but she's sort of not got a lot out this left side of screen. So
No, and jack straight down the line is not all that good for Engadine, that's for sure. Looks to be 2, may only be 1.
she could go big on the forehand. Try and get both bowls. If it gets onto jack, it could possibly kill.
Yeah.
If she's a little tighter, she can get jack into the ditch. She's probably only going to drop a 1 at most in the ditch.
Yep. So let's see. Shot selection here for Johns. Oh, it is the forehand. What kind of weight?
That looks like a running stance,
It does.
but it
Yep.
is. She's
Is it
close.
going to get past the front?
Oh. She was looking for that jack then.
Yeah.
What an effort. Now, will Kylie hold on to these ones?
Oh, yes.
I don't want to say
Yeah.
they're going to walk away with 2 because there's still danger.
Will she even play this bowl?
I think forehand under the jack might be safer.
I think so.
Or a forehand shot and land. Yeah, that's what she's saying there. You can see her indicating that.
She's only got to get to Anne's one on the right side here and
Yeah.
you make another. So, yeah, I like that call.
Well, she gets her own bowl on that forehand side, just rolls the closest one onto the jack.
She could go a couple.
Yeah, I don't know whether the line at draw weight is going to...
No,
I
I think
it's going to swing a bit more.
I think as long as she's got nice draw weight,
Yeah.
it's going to swing right under.
Yeah. So let's
And
see
again.
what she decides.
There
I
is-
wonder if the
there
last
is
end's going through her mind at the moment.
Mm.
So forehand it is.
Look, if she happens to get back to the jack even, she's only going to back cut it and it's probably still going to be hers. So,
We've got that safe weight again
Yep.
by the looks of things. So is it 1 or 2? They'll take 1 out. I think the signal was 2 there, was it?
I think so.
We'll get Andrew to check the scoreboard for us.
Was 2.
2 it was. So for the first time in the match, at N19, Port City have hit the front.
It's definitely where you want to be
Yes,
after 19 ends.
Correct. 2 ends to go.
Well, the only question is, have they peaked too early?
Oh,
Mm.
they've been
Time will tell.
They've been trying to peak all the way through. It was Engadine that flew out of the box. As we said earlier, they led 9-2 after 7 ends. Port City fought back to 9-all. Engadine kicked away again to lead 13-9. And then it was 13-all. And then it was 17-all after they traded 4s. And now it's Port City that leads by 1 with 2 to go. And that's a very good opening bowl.
It's exactly what you want. Just getting the hat there from Kylie.
Hat off. Yeah. And a few people say to me, "Oh, I thought you would have taken the hat off for that one." I said, "No, I expect them to do it."
Well, the Ellen Faulkner and Karen Murphy combination looking comfortable next door, 12 in front with 2 to go.
I think they'll be home. So,
Or don't.
I have faith in the girls.
Okay, righto.
I mean,
So did Andrew yesterday.
Though they're in a slightly stronger position.
12
now
in front. I
with
mean,
2 to go. You're not expecting Kaz to drop a
2
pair
sixes.
of 6s.
Yeah.
And again, famously, the Australian Fours Championship, the New South Wales 4 was 7 in front with 1 end to play and lost.
No, really?
And not on an extra end. They dropped an 8.
Oh my God, no.
In Alice Springs, I think that one was played at.
Wow. You just don't see an 8 very often, do you? Especially not at a time like that.
It wasn't nearly 30 years ago, but
Port City holding 2. Sam's got some in the back there.
Yeah, they'll all come into play later.
Yeah, definitely leaving some options anyway. I think ideally Port City will want to win this end. They may not have last bowl going into the last end, but having a better lead, I think, is what you want.
Yeah.
well, Port City, I think, would rather have second last bowl and be further in front.
Yes, I think so.
Because if Port City's got last bowl, they're not going to be in front going into the last end.
Whoever does lose this end, they don't want to be dropping a multiple.
Kylie's put some in and around Sam's, which is actually, it's not a bad idea.
Slipping through.
Gap. It's always frustrating, that one.
Through the hole again, yeah.
Always frustrating.
And if the call was to play through the hole,
You wouldn't do it, would you?
well, as I said, you see some bowls do some remarkable things, and you think, now, if I'd have called that shot, they would have said, you want me to what?
Yep.
Well, it's all over next door.
Yep.
It is 26-13. So, are we going to have two Cabramatta teams in the final playing side by side?
I may be biased, but I would like to see it. I would love to see
What do
it.
you mean you may be biased, Jess?
You're allowed to be.
So Ferguson backing in draw.
Bad news for Shippo. Don't think we'll have any Newcastle teams on the stream this
Oh,
afternoon.
what?
Sam just running through the head there, but
Yeah,
in
just
the
a little
area.
bit, yes.
Certainly a good try anyway.
Although you might have a senior men's pairs playing.
Well, we did have three going into the semis. We had the Charlestown ladies, the East Maitland senior men, and the
Finkel Bay's in a
Finkel Bay.
little bit of trouble.
yeah, they led 4-0, and then I think I see they were behind 14-4 at one stage. So might have relaxed a bit. So here's the correction here from Ferguson.
It looks a lot better.
Well, the men's pairs, it's 18-14 Cabramatta leading there. The 21 earlier must have been a typo.
Well, okay.
Might have been
18-14.
12 instead of 21.
Oh, well, they might have been. Yeah, okay.
Somebody might have pumped the wrong information in.
I think it was the last end, though, wasn't it? Was it the last? I think it
They're
was
18-14.
18, yeah, on 21 ends.
No,
No, 20
there's
ends.
still a couple to go.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. I might have to send you a bouncer out again here to get this. Jeanice just to move to the side a little.
Yeah, it's just creeping
Oh, it's
further and
playing
further in.
Playing the other hand though, so
We'll get to see
get
it.
to see this one. Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah. At the moment we
She's
are.
creeping.
Well, she added another. Oh, I think that was
So that was Engadine's bowl.
Ferguson's bowl. Yes.
Yeah. It could have already been shot though.
Yeah, that's
So-
right. Yeah. You see him just indicating to Ian Johns to draw to the bowl just behind Jack to the right. This one's just going to die under it. Just sneak past it.
Wow.
That's not too bad, though.
You've got to be delicate here if you're
Yes,
Kylie.
Certainly.
We've come up with some ideas for keeping people off the centre line, including painting a red strip down the middle of the green.
Yep.
Electroshock
Electroshock.
remote badges.
I
You
like that one.
stand on it, we press the buzzer and you get a little zzz through the buzzer. We thought about Nerf guns, shooting them with the Nerf guns,
I
but
love
we
that.
might hit the head. So, might move a jack, so we've ruled that one out.
They get the message, though.
Oh, I mean, you get used to it after a while.
You do,
I'm
yeah,
sure
yeah, that's
someone
what
like
I'm saying.
Jeanice hasn't been on the live
Yeah.
stream too often, but
And you're playing in a state semi-final late in the game.
You sort of
That's
forget,
the last
don't
thing on
you?
your mind, isn't it? Yes, that's correct.
she's so into it,
Yeah.
so...
So I don't think there'll be too much of a risk taken here. All square going in the last end, last bowl. If Engadine can't add another to the count, let's see what she decides to do here.
I mean, it's risk versus reward, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
She is in the area, though.
Bit of weight on this one.
Is she going to get the bowl?
Is she getting the bowl? Oh, well, did she get it enough? It's going to fall back down.
Oh.
Oh dear.
Wow, what an effort, though.
Without moving the jack.
Well, just across the background, we can see the action in the TAB closest to the jack competition.
There it is.
People battling out for the daily prize, lovely little prize pack, or the weekly winner, the overall. Wonderful set of Drake's Pride TAB branded bowls. Jump on the Bowls New South Wales website for more information.
Yeah, $200 voucher for the daily winners. And a set of bowls at the end for the overall winner.
Well, I think it's just a nice draw here from Anne. She's out there and safe again. So, 19 all. Last end.
What a game.
Doesn't get more exciting than
No,
this.
certainly does not. Unless we have two bowls touching, one each, or the jack goes out of bounds, this will be our last end for sure.
Kylie's proven quite deadly with that last bowl, so
Yeah.
Engadine will want to cover all bases here.
And the last two ends coming in this direction. She's been deadly, hasn't she?
She has. I wonder how the nerves would be from these ladies out there. I mean, Ian Johns and Sam probably a little less because...
A little less, I would think, yeah. Yeah, they've had some big moments, no doubt, in their past. But still, it's a place in a state final here up for grabs, so there'd be a few jitters with everyone, no doubt.
There is another way than two bowls touching or equidistant that you can...
Oh, tide measure.
well, equidistant, that's two bowls touching, same difference.
Yeah.
No balls left on the green.
Oh, well.
Oh.
I have seen it once.
Have you
Yeah.
actually?
Yeah.
Yeah, don't think you're going to see that today.
No.
We almost did in the pairs yesterday. All those
Yes.
running shots early on. Well, it's not the shot, but it's a very good bowl.
Very good bowls. Yeah. The leads aren't showing much nerve so far.
No.
Look, I'm going to go out there again. I reckon whoever wins this end will win the game.
Okay, righto.
Bold prediction again.
This is confident. You don't want to get the jack now.
Oh, she's got a big
Gonna-
piece.
Oh,
Another good bad bowl.
yes, unfortunate there.
Adrenaline.
Yeah, that's right. That's it. That's a bit of tiny bit of adrenaline there.
She's done everything right except get the shot.
Yeah, well, a bowl wider and she lands her own, but unfortunately, she's grabbed the jack and turned it to. the
I'll
Engadine
give
bowl.
Kylie credit. She gave it the two claps, not just the dreaded one. Don't know, Jesse, if you've heard that.
Oh,
our
the dreaded
theory.
one. Oh, yeah.
The one
The
clap.
just one clap
The
means
one
no,
loud
that's,
clap.
No.
It's a very subtle message, isn't it?
It is.
Well, Jimmy, should get down to Sam's bowl.
Well, still a nice shot to land the bowl or get the jack, isn't there?
Yeah, there he is.
Did have someone ask why Anne is referred to as Jimmy?
Yeah, it was I noticed that before.
I can tell you that one.
Can you?
It's a reference to her Scottish heritage.
Fair enough.
Jimmy!
Okay.
Oh, what an effort. Handy home.
Very handy home, yeah.
I mean, you only need one, but it's going to be handy.
Yeah. Now we're going to see a last bowl thriller here.
They're not showing any nerves at all.
Might be like the duck on the pond, though.
Yeah. Look at John's just getting away on
Oh,
a there.
might have given her a second.
Yeah, well,
Something similar from Kylie.
very much so.
I don't think we've seen the winner yet, though.
Bowl narrow.
She got more weight.
She
Oh,
Oh, no, she just shanked that one a little bit.
going to get away on it.
oh.
Okay. Still plenty to see here on this last end.
What does Sam do here, Shippo?
Well, interesting. Does she play the other hand and try and move the jack away, get the jack away? Does she play with a bit of weight and trail the jack around the corner on the forehand, land her own bowl and put one a bit further back? Does she draw around it?
Yeah, I think ideally she wants to be around.
Yeah, around it
Yeah.
to get to the other. It's on a high line, so they do hold a couple. So anything behind is handy for the Engadine team.
Probably
They
not.
needed another couple of feet, didn't it, that one?
Yeah, not quite. Still nice and open though, isn't it?
It is. You'd be thinking, is that one? Oh, well, there's a bit of weight on.
Nice and confident from Jeanice
Yeah,
here.
certainly is. We're going to land the shot bowl. Are we going to land it solid enough
We
to
are
stay?
going to land it solid.
Yes. Well played.
Wow.
Similar bowl for Sam now, isn't it? Land that bowl.
I think so. You've got to be confident here.
And if she's a fraction tight, she can work off her own.
And look, if she gets a piece of the jack, Sam's has been pushed back now, so, you know.
She's going very big here.
Got a chance to get it, rattle them around, and did. It's not going to go out of bounds.
No, it
it's
stayed
not.
in, right on the line.
And it's two Engadine bowls that sit right near it.
Definitely in.
Two down with a bit of room, but you now have the boundary to contend with as well. What hand are we playing here?
Play the forehand.
Yeah. Let it draw back into bounds.
Nerves of steel, Jeanice has. Still quite a bit of room. She's got some weight behind it.
She has. She's going to get a touch of the jack here. No.
Oh, well.
A little inside toucher, and it may go out of bounds, and we may start again. So we've got 4 bowls to go on this, what we're assuming is going to be the last end of the semi-final. For a place in the final to take on Ellen Faulkner and Karen Murphy. We were talking about their last sectional match yesterday afternoon.
Yep.
Jess, how they were kind of playing 2 games. They were playing their own and keeping an eye on what was going on next door with margins and things. And
Yep. That's always hard. I mean, you don't want to think about it too much, do you? You just want to play your own game, but you have to, don't you?
You certainly do.
Well, I think it's just a draw here from Kylie. Like you said, if she happens to get the inside of the jack, she will kill it.
How's the weight?
It looks all right.
Just a little hurried.
Wow.
Is it going to get back into bounds? It has. Just out of the counter field. Let's have a look. Sam's having a look.
What do? You've got to draw the toucher, don't you? You've got to draw the absoluter. I think you'll be a little bit tentative, though, wouldn't you? You wouldn't want to touch the jack.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think the indication was that they were one. And taking a bit of time over this one.
Ideally, I think she wants to sit about a foot in front of the jack.
For sure, yep. Just make it that little bit harder for Kylie. Oh, she's almost done that as well. Yes.
She's just crossed the line, unfortunately. So still nice open draw
That'll
for
be the
Kylie.
bowl to beat, though, I would think, the front one, by the looks of things.
Absolutely.
It looks like the shot.
The thing is, if she's tight, she can get a little wriggle off it, can't she? So
here we go. Last bowl, the semi-final. This for a place in the finals. Is it a bit tight?
I think so.
Is it a bit tight? Is it going to get past? It's not. Is it? Well, is it going to fall in? No.
No.
And so Engadine will win the game.
What a game.
What a cracking game, Jess, yes.
Right down to the last bowl.
And it's Engadine taking the spoils. And they pick up a 2 on that end to win 21-19. And they will take on Cabramatta this afternoon. In the men's, we will have Warilla, I believe, versus Cabramatta. I think might have got home in the men as well. So join us in about half hour's time and we'll have finals action for you. Thanks for joining, Jess. You'll be around this afternoon to do it again?
I will be around this afternoon.
Excellent, excellent. I'm sure you will. No biased commentary from Jess either in the commentary box. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you soon.